The college basketball experience preview and picks edition for Sunday, December 22nd on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with that promo code TCESGPN to get a 50% deposit match up to $1,000. That is the Underdog Fantasy promo code TCESGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rebet, a new sportsbook available in 45 states. Download that Rebet app in the App Store. Use that promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $100. Rebet promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm, the leader in data-driven picks and props. Download that Rhythm app today. Get your 7-day free trial today by going over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That is the sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM today. Welcome, everybody, into the college basketball experience. Preview and picks for Sunday, December the 22nd, baby. Oh, man. So many games.
Dude.
What a day. What a
I fucking called it. They just went live.
College football just went live? Of course they did.
Simultaneously. As soon as we pressed, we were waiting for them to go live first. That way they could get a lot more of the live viewer audience for those that are watching us right now. And if you want to listen to the reaction to the college football playoff, go ahead over there. But I just think it's absolutely hilarious that Colby and Patty just hit live as we did. Sorry about that.
We'll do better than they do. Colby knows that deep down. Basketball, baby. It's basketball season.
Which is the point why we wanted to wait. But
exactly. We're trying to get some more viewership over there, but it doesn't always work. But hey, if you want to go get your recap on all these fucking blowouts, go on over there. Or if you want to recap what was an unbelievable day in college hoops, stay here and we'll look ahead to tomorrow as well. Introductions. I'm Moneyline Mac, a.k.a. the former video coordinator for Bob Huggins and Frank Martin. Where's my theme music? There we go. Also known as Mac Tonight over here at the College Experience. I had some fun today. I'm not going to lie. I just got out of bed, had some coffee, came downstairs, got a little workout in, shower, started drinking, and then just shit on people on Twitter all day for about 15 straight hours. So, yeah, 12 hours, whatever it is. I started around noon. Hell of a day. Can't complain about that. Life is good. Holidays are good. Bet a lot of games. Drank a lot of alcohol. Yelled at the TV and yelled at a lot of people on Twitter and got called a bunch of names, and I love it. Keep it coming, baby. At Moneyline_Mac.
Paying his Twitter check.
Oh, dude, I made some money on Twitter today. I can tell you that with some of these people tweeting at me in the states of Alabama and old Mississippi. But, hey, the other guy talking college hoops here, you guys know him as the window banging, drywall hanging, LeBaron driving. He is Michigan's finest, Noah Bieniek, a.k.a. Noah B77. What's up, bro?
What's going on, Mac? Happy to join you along with the recap show and picks later on here. But I got to be honest. We both, live pretty normal lives. I had to do some last minute Christmas shopping today, unfortunately.
Ooh.
Also, didn't get enough sleep. Passed out during the middle of the slate and also those boring college football games today. So I didn't catch it as much as I wanted to on this day, but I had a fire day. 6-2. I don't know if that San Diego State Cal game has gone final yet. About to be 7-2 on my plays today. So yeah, I'm having fun, but I don't know how much use I'm going to be when it comes to recap. I'm not much use anyways, but yeah. Mag, how'd you do today?
I had a losing day. I'm a couple under 500. I want to say it was 66 games. I want to say maybe 31 and 35, or no, I think 30 and 36. So I kind of had a shitty day, but I had a good day in college football. So I guess it evened out on that to a certain degree.
All right.
But yeah, I had a losing day. I had some shitty calls. Had some good calls. My top plays did well, but overall the card kind of ate some shit, especially late in the window. But hey, it is what it is, and I can tell you, I got eyes on a lot of games, not as much as I wanted to because YouTube TV fucking sucks now.
I saw you tweeting at him.
I'm going to keep tweeting at those jabronis, dude. This is ridiculous. You fucking raised the prices. We got 10 like quality college basketball games, and it would be one
that
thing.
Noon slate was mayhem.
Yes, it would be one thing if they were all on ESPN. Then I could fire up my ESPN app and go quad box. But when one game's on Fox, the other one's on FS1, then you got Big Ten Network, you got ESPN, you got CBS. Peacock had some games. I'm like, I know we can't quad box Peacock, but still, like that's fucking bullshit that they're raising prices and we can't get the multi-view for a singular college basketball window. They didn't even need it the rest of the day, but they needed it for the noon window.
Yeah, I agree with you. And jump on that soapbox, brother.
I'm gonna keep pounding them.
What's going on?
Dude,
they've raised their prices like $40 in the last 5 years.
Yeah, and they're fucking it's like everybody in life. You fucking get paid more and you get more lazy. It's bullshit.
I saw you respond with that. I was like, oh my god.
I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't give a fuck if you haven't noticed. I am so sick and tired of lazy ass people and fucking people tweeting at me bullshit. If you put something out there, it might get a reply, and if you don't like it, too bad. Don't tweet back then.
Yeah. So we started off the day with a double lock that got absolutely trampled because my Florida Gators won 99-45 over North Florida.
Fucking Colby.
Also, another double lock got blitzed. That was Syracuse as they played Maryland in Brooklyn. 87-60 point loss there. 27 points they lost by. So that was a blowout. Also, we had another blowout double lock loss. Started off with a bang here in the noon slate. Yeah. SMU dropped 100 on BC as the Ponies win 103-77 over Boston College. Those three, just bingo, bango, bongo, 3 big time losses. Any analysis that you want to provide on those 3 picks?
The SMU one was not really indicative of the game. They were, I believe, tied at halftime. Actually, I think SMU had the lead at halftime. So SMU went from being up at the half, up 1 or 2, to getting blitzed and losing by 28. Syracuse was not a fluke loss. Dude, they were down 54-19 at one point.
Yes.
Like, what? I know Maryland's having a good year, but I mean, goddamn, how far has Syracuse fallen off? I tweeted out I saw Boeheim calling the Duke game. I was like, he's laughing like, you guys pushed me out the door for this shit. They're awful, man. And they had been good in that building, but shout out to Maryland, man. They have fucked some teams up recently.
Yeah, they competed against, I believe it was St. Joe's in Texas, or maybe no, it was Texas and Texas Tech in that building. Lost by like 14
Syracuse.
Or less to both of them. And Maryland has been stomping some teams in big time fashion this season. So they might be a team to look out for here in Big Ten conference play. St. Joe's, speaking of them, 82-62 victory against Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech sucks. Thank God I didn't lock them. Good discipline, huh? Avoided one more loss.
So double lock gets through as Drexel covers against Penn State. This was played in Philadelphia, a neutral site. Quotations there for the 2 teams here. Penn State wins 75-64. Dragons cover.
There was nobody.
I believe it. They were all They were all at State College.
Yeah, and then one of the beat reporters like, man, really an empty crowd. I'm like, what the fuck did you expect? Penn State's playing a home playoff game against SMU right now. What are you talking about?
Yeah, the exact same time as tip
The
off.
exact
Like,
same time.
could you plan that any worse?
God.
How about this ending? Princeton defeats Rutgers. This
Unbelievable.
was a fun game. 82
Yeah.
to 8, 83 to 82 in a Princeton Rutgers game. What are we doing?
Dude, I played the revenge angle. I thought Rutgers would get him back. I was dead wrong. Princeton, I thought, was the better team, and Fanta had a good call on that. The buzzer beater, he did a good job at the end there. That was a great game. I mean, Princeton doing a good job here in the non-con. Mitch Henderson, he's going to be up for a new job, man. I mean, what they were able to do 2 years ago, go to the Sweet 16. Last year they rolled. This year they're 9-4 again. Yeah, I mean Princeton's a real deal. They're the Ivy favorite, wouldn't you say? Even though the Ivy does have some good teams,
I would still probably go with Princeton,
yeah.
especially with Yale without Pulakaitis now.
Yeah,
He was the dude for the Bulldogs there. So I still think it's Princeton. The lack of depth concerns me a little bit. I didn't catch a whole lot of this game to know if that was at least better in this performance, but you have Pierce and you have Xavier Lee, and those two I'll take over any other duo in the Ivy. So I still think it is Princeton's league to lose. My first lock win of the day that we're going to recap here was Chattanooga over Indiana as the Hoosiers win 74-65. This one was a little sketchy, a little sweaty for the second half, the last 10 minutes here. Indiana, I think, hovered right around a 13 to 14 point lead for the entire back half of the second half, the last 10 minutes there. But the Mocs get it across. Did you catch any of this game?
I didn't, man. Like, I had to pick and choose, like I said, with the YouTube TV.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I was score watching. I guess the game kind of went the way I thought. I did lay it with Indiana, but I thought it would be like an 18-point backdoor win if it was. So, yeah, I mean, good showing by Chattanooga, and Indiana gets a win.
Yes, sir. And this was my favorite watch, I guess, in the noon slate. As Marquette wins 72-70, they escape the Cintas Center with a W. This place was lit. Musketeers, man, they just fell down too early or too big too early in the first half. I think they were down 14 at one point, and it was too big of a hole to climb out of there.
Yeah, so I got eyes on this game and then UConn and Butler. Those were the two I picked.
That's the next game that we'll hit on if you want to talk about it too.
I mean, honestly, both games kind of similar to a certain degree. I mean, the final scores are almost identical, 72-70, 78-74. Marquette, like you said, I mean, Xavier and Marquette was back and forth in the first half, but Marquette really imposed their will, I thought, coming out of the second half. And Cam Jones is just so damn good. Joplin was big. But, I mean, you give Xavier credit for our cover's sake. They did not quit. They had a 15-0 run at one point, got back. They got absolutely hosed at the end. That was a blatant trip. I don't know how you don't call that at the end of the game. I mean, he just point-blank trips him, and they just no-call it. But this is life on the road in the Big East, even though the Big East isn't very good, the home court atmospheres are hard to win at. We saw that with Providence last night with St. John's. We saw it with Marquette going to Xavier. And that gets me into the next game, UConn going into Butler. UConn hit them in the mouth early, but Butler did not cave. They kept fighting. I think they were down by 15 at one point. It looked like they were on the verge of getting blown the fuck out. But they get all the way back. They take the lead. Caravan makes a big play. He's going for 21-6. So shout out to UConn and Marquette. It wasn't pretty, but it doesn't need to be pretty on the road in league play.
Yeah, those two have to stay afloat here for the Big East if they're looking to get more than, I would say, 3 bids. Because right now they're kind of in that ballpark of 3 bids. And if these two stay afloat and they get knocked off like once or twice by like the middle of the pack or bottom of the pack, that might create some opportunities for a fourth, maybe a fifth. But you definitely need UConn and Marquette to remain, at full power or atop these standings here. And they both survive in tough, trappy road games.
Yeah, and to the other side, Xavier and Butler, you're running out of opportunities. Like if you're gonna somehow get back into this thing, both teams have lost by games. You gotta beat Marquette or UConn. You don't have any more opportunities. I guess St. John's is an opportunity, or if you can win at Stores or in Milwaukee. But that's the problem with the Big East is they sabotage themselves in the non-con, where they're not going to have any more opportunities to get some of these bubble teams. Creighton basically has to sweep everybody in Omaha to give themselves a chance to get into the dance.
Yeah, you want to talk about lack of opportunities. Let's go to the ACC, and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets got buzzed off of their own home floor against the one team that you really need to beat in the ACC with Duke. This is also another double lock that got stomped away
as Blue
Devils 82-56 win.
System play. Had to play Georgia Tech after they beat them last year as a 15-point dog outright. So we owe Georgia Tech one more. They are not good. Sotomayor's not a very good coach, man. I knew there were some people early in the preseason thought they could be good because of their talent, but it doesn't mean anything if they don't mesh and play for one another. They look like a mess. Good win for Duke.
Shout out to Phil Phillips. He says, "What's up, boys? First time I'm catching the live feed. You guys are the fucking best. Thanks for that Xavier pick. I was sweating it, but it padded my bankroll, and Auburn was fire." We'll get to that Auburn Purdue game. That was one that I unfortunately didn't get to catch. I slept right through it.
You didn't miss anything.
I understand, but I just wanted to watch me be right in real time, But yeah, just a tough day for your boy because I don't know what was running around Christmas shopping and then just cashed on the couch in the basement with the command center going. Unfortunately, set it all up and then out like a light because I only had 4 hours of sleep. We finished the show last night at 5, and typically, Phil, I'm rolling with the live chat and we're displaying it on the live screen, but with Colby also doing the recap show with football, I'm not nearly as swift with the chat, so not the typical night. So I would say welcome, but we've got a great chat here, and we've got over 150 you guys live at 1 a.m. Shout out to all of you guys. I don't know how many people caught this one, but I texted you guys about this. Dartmouth, 30-point victory over Vermont. Took the garbage out. Mac, I texted the idea. Colby always talks about, okay, football team's good, basketball team's going to suck. Football team's bad, basketball team might be good. And if the basketball team is bad, then the baseball team might be good. Well, Vermont football, I don't even know about Vermont football, but soccer team won the national championship. Does that mean the basketball program is going to be dog shit this season?
I don't think so. They still got Becker. But holy fuck.
This might be his worst loss in his tenure.
Yeah, they had beaten Dartmouth 15 straight times. 15 straight times and they get drilled? I mean, goddamn, I did not say it. I ended up betting Vermont at the last minute. I was like, oh, man, come on. It's Vermont. They'll find a way. They got drilled. Yeah, shout out to Dartmouth. That's a game ball. That is a game ball.
That's a hell of a performance to drop a 30-point victory on Vermont there.
Like, what?
Underdog Pick'em has one of the biggest menus for all of sports. You can win up to 1,000x with Underdog streaks. Underdog is always making it easier to win with profit boosts and giving you pick'ems. NFL, college football, college basketball, MMA, NHL, NBA, NASCAR, and more. You can now use specials and boosts on all flexed entries. Sign up today with the promo code TCESGPN and claim your special pick plus first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code TCESGPN. And the college basketball experience is also brought to you by Rebet. Rebet is a new social sports book available in 45 states. There are plenty of betting opportunities that are available on Rebet, and it's easy to use and great for people in states where traditional sports books may be restricted. Download Rebet in the App Store and use the promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $100. That's a Rebet, promo code SGPN. And we're back here on the college basketball experience. Myself, Noah Bieniek, joined alongside Ryan McIntyre, aka Moneyline Mac. And we're going to recap all the games from December 21st in college basketball. The next one we're going to go through is a lock win for Mac. Northern Kentucky wins 58-47 over South Carolina State. Did you catch any of this game?
A little bit. This is when I switched over around this time to the ESPN quad box. So how about the Norse have won 5 in a row quietly? They're playing better basketball all of a sudden.
Yeah, I have not caught them since like their early struggles, but seems like they've righted the ship, and I need to check them out again more seriously upcoming here. Got plenty of time off.
Yeah, for me, like when I do like those quick tweets, like just an instant reaction to games, that's good for me to like put some perspective on like the Norse. I clicked on their KenPom profile and I'm just like, what's their trend right now? And I go, damn, they've won 5 in a row. Like when you're trying to track 360 teams,
yeah,
a 4 or 5 game win streak can sneak up on you real quick. So yeah, it's
correct.
Definitely beneficial, some of those tweets, and that was one of them. That kind of caught me off guard.
Speaking of caught off guard, Memphis started really slow against Mississippi State. They were choked out. Mississippi State wins 79-66. This is a double lock on the show. You and Colby took the Bulldogs here. I also picked Mississippi State, but I wasn't bullish enough to play it on the road there at the FedEx Forum. But what did you make of this game?
They just hit him right in the mouth. Like they hit him right in the mouth, and Memphis got hit in the mouth against Virginia too. Virginia just doesn't have any athletes to sustain runs, and then ultimately they went through a drought, and then Memphis just had better players. Mississippi State can do what Virginia does, but actually has some dudes. So they hit him in the mouth, but then they were able to actually play fast when they wanted to. And Memphis wasn't the more athletic team today. It was athlete for athlete, but it was structure versus no structure. This is the problem with Penny. Like, he has losses like this where you kind of just are scratching your head. And not to say that Mississippi State isn't a freaking wagon, but you got drilled on your home floor. Never again. Again. Yeah. Second time it's happened this year.
Speaking of never a game, I'm not sure Niagara really ever threatened St. Bonaventure here in this little regional battle here. St. Bonaventure this year has, they have wagon potential. Still one loss, protecting that possible at-large bid if they run the table in the A10 with not too many blemishes on their resume there. They could definitely there's like 1 or 2 more non-conference games for the Bonnies here coming up, so
they're done.
They are done.
They're done. Yeah, I looked
so
they opened with
that's as successful of a non-con run you could get with the lack of continuity.
Do you know who their one loss is to? It's to Utah State on a neutral by 5 points. So, like you said, they have a win over Northern Iowa on a neutral. They beat Providence on a neutral. They have little nice wins at like Gulf Coast, like for a road win. Yes, they open with VCU on New Year's Eve up in Bonaventure.
Ooh, VCU have a game in between off of that New Mexico loss?
Tomorrow. They play Bill and Mary.
Cool.
That's a good opener,
Yeah,
though. Good opener.
That's a really good A-10 game.
Yep.
Romo splattered St. Francis in a rivalry game here, 90-77 victory over the Red Flash. Robert Morris continues to defy the odds. I'm still not sold on this team. I don't know if you caught any of this one, but
Self-score.
Yeah.
They kicked their ass. I mean, in the second half. It was close in the first half, but blew it open in the second half.
Did you catch any of Marist UMBC as the Red Foxes win 76-73?
I did. A nice comeback, crazy win at the end of the game. Marist is 8-2. Did you know that? 8-2.
Yes.
Marist.
Yeah. I've been riding them a little bit. They pushed today, but the Marist has been one of my darlings on the picks page. I haven't played him much on the actual show and bet him, but come conference play, when there's not many games on those Fridays, I'll probably be picking Marist over many of the other teams in conference. Speaking of teams that might be sneaking up on you, Monmouth, dude. They were -3.5 today, murdered Fairfield. And Fairfield's a good team, but this was a Monmouth team. We talked about it, I think it was 2 years ago. King Rice had a super young, inexperienced team, and they got better as the season went along. And this year, they're doing the same exact thing. As they started off a little slow, and they're building something right now. The Hawks look good.
But I don't even, like, to a certain degree, they started slow, but it's like I said last night on the show, this was their first home game on December 21st. So it's expectation. Like sometimes that's where the record cannot tell the whole story. I mean, they had not played a home game all year. They had won at Seton Hall. They are by far the best 2-10 team I've ever seen. They're playing well. They're like you said, they're dangerous in league play.
Yeah, and we said that about Merrimack, by far the best 2-7 team just a week ago, and then they go on a roll here. Close loss against St. Mary's. Monmouth's a team to watch moving forward. Buddy, I don't know what to tell you about Pitt. They're rolling.
Well, I didn't bet it.
I know. You took it. You took Sam Houston on the picks page.
Well, I will never pick Pitt. So, but that's self-discipline. That's 3 bye games in a row I have not locked against Pitt because that's what they do. They're front runners. They do well in the bye games.
Well, not only are they front runners, they are by far the best program against the spread since you've joined the college experience.
Yeah, they padded in the fucking bye games. I think they've covered every bye game over the last 3 years. They're like 20-2.
They murder these teams, dude. Shout out to Clark.
Gonna even out here.
Clark's in the YouTube chat, always commenting about this. This was one of the calls that I saw him randomly jump in and say, Hampton. He was locking Hampton last night against Loyola Maryland. Crazy. And the bed and breakfast, the Pirates, 76-68 win at Loyola Maryland there.
We should highlight this team.
I wanted to be a little bit higher on Hampton. I don't know if you remember this, but the day before we did our CAA preview, they lost to a D2 team that won 2 games all of last season. Yeah. So I was like, oh, maybe I should pump the brakes a little bit. But I was going to have them higher in my standings. But after that, I was like, okay, maybe this isn't a good thing that I should do here. But I wanted to be more bullish on Hampton. I wanted to see how it would work. I think there's some talent on the team for this level of ball.
No doubt. No, they've won 4 in a row. Did you know that? Hampton's won 4 in a row. They are 7-5. How many games did they even win the whole year last year? 9. So Ivan Thomas doing a hell of a job year 1, an Ed Cooley guy. And he was at TC Williams once upon a time. I remember him when I was in high school. So shout out to him. he definitely a spotlight candidate tomorrow night when I do my teams of the week.
Yeah, I just remember doing a lot of research on that team, wanting to be bullish. I think I literally was going to pick them like 11th in the CAA, and they lost to some random D2 team I had never heard of in a scrimmage, and I'm like, okay,
It was
maybe
Bowie.
they're
It was Bowie. They lost to Bowie State.
him.
Yeah.
It might have been.
Dude, next year I'm making a note. Every team that fucking loses an exhibition game, I'm going to bet them like the first 10 games of the year because everybody will overreact to one
didn't
exhibition.
work with USC.
What they do in their exhibition?
They got smoked by Gonzaga, I believe.
Well, it took them 5 games. They're playing good ball now. It took a minute.
I don't know what good still, and they haven't.
They've covered like 4 in a row. They've been fucking teams up. USC.
Yeah, the Arizona State one is a good example where they got smashed by Duke and they look okay.
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, that was
beat the fuck out of Kansas. They beat them by like 30. They were horrible to start the year. Arkansas. They were getting by, but they weren't playing well.
Yeah. Central Connecticut State, they escape against Quinnipiac here. You locked up the Bobcats, loses by the hook.
I know. Fuck.
84-80. The real Blue Devils get the victory there. Coppin State beat Navy today.
Great call by me. Thank you. Christmas miracle, like I tweeted. They fucked Navy up.
They were 8.5 dogs, and they went outright by 8. 16.5 point swing there against the spread cover for your boy Mac. Hell of a call there. Colby did not tail him, but he did take Coppin. Texas Tech drilled
every buy game. He's taking them in every buy game, getting like 35, and he wouldn't hop on them as a home dog, getting 8 against Navy. I was like, what? Come on, man. It's your
Texas
team.
Tech drilled Lamar 101-57. You locked up the Red Raiders. Not sure we've got anything to talk about there other than Tech played without 3 starters today and still dropped 101. So something to note there.
Death taxes. Death taxes. My teams of the week getting fucked up in buy games. They get fucking drilled in every buy game after I give them that tweet.
But yeah, I know Federico missed the game. I know JT Toppin hasn't played in basically a month now, and somebody else missed the game for Texas Tech too. Manhattan 86-81 over Presbyterian as the Blue Hose just continue to tumble after their they just need to play every game in Texas now. You know that's what they have to do. Because I don't know if they've won a game outside of that. USC Upstate cashes a double lock for you and Colby as Youngstown State only wins 72-64 over the Spartans.
Youngstown's playing good ball. Manhattan's playing good ball back to them. They've won 2 in a row on the road. Gallagher, good coach. Shout out to my Jaspers. They continue to cash for me.
Stony Brook wins by 2 over Maine, 74-72. Colby and his Black Bears in that rant last night loses by the hook. Lehigh barely beat the Long Island fucking Sharks. LIU covers. Yeah, LIU covers. They should have won this game, in my opinion. 4.5. Double lock on last night's show. What do you make of Lehigh, dude? You still high on Lehigh?
They're solid.
They've struggled on the road.
Yeah. I don't know if I look too much into that. I think they'll get better. They won. I mean, I'm not. Long Island's a hard place to go into, especially around Christmas time. Places lit. There was like 3 people at the game. I threw it on for like 5 seconds, and I'm like,
minnows,
there's
sharks and minnows.
There's nobody there. Not even Colby's paid for customers were there.
Jacksonville State 91-80 over EKU. How about your boy over there? Jack State wins outright.
Yeah. I like both these guys. I mean, obviously, I like Harper better than A-Dub a little bit, but an old OVC matchup there in the state of Kentucky.
Yeah, AW's Team TCE as well there.
Yep.
Georgia State just continues to get trampled on as Troy this time wins by 20 over the Panthers, 77-57. The Tommies dismantled Bowling Green, 93-68. This was a lock of yours on the Falcons here at home. That's what you get for fading our Tommies.
Yeah, Tommies have won, 6 in a row? They're a fucking wagon.
They've always been.
Shoenecker, but God damn, they fucked them up.
Yeah, and speaking of fucked up, and also, how should I describe? Paper tiger is not even the word that I want to use. Just a Trojan horse that was Florida State this season, as an undermanned Louisville team wins by double digits in Tallahassee, 90-76. Kudos to you for locking this up.
Yeah, Kelsey's got them playing harder than Leonard has them playing. Florida State sucks.
Yeah.
That's a dead program.
I was actually kind of impressed with Corpus Christi today against Houston. Like, I know Houston covered.
Yeah, they blew it open late.
But Corpus Christi competed a little bit better than some of these other mid-majors that have gotten drilled by Houston. I don't know if that's just Houston going a little light right before the holiday or whatever, but Corpus Christi played well today, in my opinion. They only lose 87-51, and I say only because they just made it. They scored points against Houston. Not many teams can say they've passed 50 against the Cougars in these bye games. South Alabama, 77-49 victory over James Madison. What the hell happened here?
That's a statement win. I mean, that's a Sun Belt opener. That winning by 30. I did not see that coming.
Yeah. High Point, 94-81 victory on the road in Carbondale against Southern Illinois to dispel a double lock here.
Yeah, they Allen Huss and company, they controlled that game. They were by far the better team. Good win for Allen Huss. They're playing better basketball headed into league play.
Yep. I was on it buy low. Now they're swinging back up.
Yeah, they're definitely playing good now.
Speaking of playing good, Ball State disposed of Evansville 80-43. You locked up the Cards.
Great
I did. Pick here.
Fade Evansville on the road. They're not a good road team.
Speaking of fade, just fade Chicago State in general, dude. Oh my God.
How did they not cover?
Northridge 81-57.
How did they not? Man, they were winning for a lot of the first half, and they didn't cover 20 against fucking Northridge.
It's crazy how much Gillian has meant to this program.
Yeah, well, and then they had
because all of a sudden he leaves and they can't win a game again.
Well, they had two guys before the year that they were supposed to depend on get rolled ineligible right before the year.
This year?
This year. In the fall. They rolled them ineligible in the fall. And that's been a killer for them.
I was not aware of this.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was I forget the reason that they were ineligible, but yeah, they sucked this year.
Yeah, they're it's a tough scene down there in Chicago again. I think they're 363 out of 364 in Kempom once again. Yep. It's not what we want to see for our beloved World Tour. Maybe if they get in the NAC play, it'll be a breath of fresh air. We'll see. Liberty 79-56 crushed UT Arlington here, and you locked up the Mavs.
Yeah, that game got away in the second half. Arlington couldn't make a shot. Liberty's fucking playing well, man. Woo.
Fairleigh Dickinson went into the barn and covered by possession as they lose by 14 when the line was 16.5. Did you catch any of this?
I did not see a play of this.
Don't blame you. Eastern Michigan won outright against Wright State today, 86-82. I didn't watch any of this. I actually thought Wright State would be the play here. I picked them on the picks page here. Impressive W by EMU.
Definitely. Wright State is so goddamn up and down.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's still year one under Sargent, so give him the year.
Last year they were so up and down under Nagy as well, and
They
that's kind of
last year though.
They did.
Michigan State is looking good.
Yeah, they fucked us.
Yeah. You guys double locked Florida Atlantic here, 13.5. Sparty wins 86-69 over the Owls. That is concerning. I think Michigan State is going to make the tournament, and my hot take is not going to be very good.
Yeah, your hot take is ass.
Hey, you got to throw them out at different times. You got to try. Yeah,
I respect it.
They're
I said,
a tournament team. They're a title contender in the Big Ten. It is what it is.
If they miss the tournament, I'll quit the show.
Yeah, they're still a young team. I want to see them play road games in the Big Ten. The only road game they played so far is at Minnesota. So we'll see what happens with Sparty. But yeah, they look good. Lowell beat BU today, 83-71. Colby locked up the Riverhawks there. Shout out to Colby. 83-71 victory there. They covered the 7.5 point line. Winthrop dropped 102 to beat Mercer, 102-97, but the Bears covered. Hell of a scoring battle there. Bradley, when I saw this line, I was like, oh my God, Bradley's going to destroy Canisius. 92-59 victory there for the Braves. Let's talk about this one. This was a triple lock on the picks page, as NC Nick tailed you guys as well. Wilmington beats Asheville 85-74 in a really good matchup there in North Carolina.
Wilmington's a good team.
Yeah, they are.
What are they?
Good program. Like just year after year now.
I know. Siddle, he's 9-3. He's done a really good job. I feel like he's due for a promotion. He's been there for a minute. Yeah. He's a Kevin Keats guy. I mean, I know I would have said Kevin Keats not having a lot of success at NC State, it might hurt him, but he went to the Final
Four. Do you want to hire within that tree? You kind of want to go outside of it, right?
No. I meant just that Keats hasn't been great at NC State, like if another ACC job, but then when him going to the Final Four changed that whole narrative. So maybe I'm trying to think what could open.
Well, I'm saying I wouldn't, if I was NC State and I got rid of Keats, why would I want to hire a Keats guy, right?
Yeah. No, I wasn't implying NC State. I was just implying could he make the jump like Keats did. I mean, Virginia's going to open.
I think Virginia's already got their guy.
Virginia Tech's going to open. Trying to think if there's one in the Carolinas that may open. Yeah, I don't know. But he's due for a promotion. I mean, how many years has he been there? He's been there 5 years. They've won 20-plus every year. 22, 27-9, 24-10, 21-10. They're going to win 25 again. So
what do you think about Wake?
I don't think Forbes is going to get fired, though.
There were some expectations this season.
Yeah. Georgia.
They're outside the top 100 on KenPom right now.
Florida State will open, but he won't get Florida State.
Yeah. We'll see what Florida State does there.
Will Wade. I'm going to call my shot with Will Wade to Florida State. There's been rumors on the internets.
On the internets? Okay. AKA your iMac.
Got a couple friends that mentioned that could be a possibility. We'll see. I think Will Wade could do better than Florida State.
Yeah, I think so too.
Now, if he went to Florida State, though, he could get that thing jumping again.
Yeah. Fordham, 87-83 victory over Albany. Anything you want to mention on that one? Or
no, I don't have much. I was
the reason
I'm I didn't see it.
the reason why I was pausing was because of this next game here. Welcome to the club, my friend.
Who is it?
Last year, I think I locked Miami as a 20-point favorite against somebody, and they lost outright. Welcome to the club, my friend. The Mount. They go on the road, and they knock off the Canes and Coral Gables as 17.5-point dogs. Oh, my God, dude. Shout out to your boy.
Donnie Lind. I tried to sell high. I was like, man, they're playing way too well. They're going to get killed here. No, I locked them against Charleston Southern too. So this is the second time this year that I've bet Miami. I have a theory on Miami. I'm either going to lay it and they're going to fucking win by 30, or if they don't cover, they're not going to cover. They're going to lose outright because there's no in between with this Miami team. But dude, yeah, let's fuck Miami. We don't need to talk about them. They fucking suck and they're overpaid in their NIL. We should shout out one of our own on TCE, the coaches tour. Donnie Lynn, 8-4, year one at the Mount. Gotta check in and get him back on the show. We probably should do that in the new year. Headed into goddamn, what league are they in now? They change leagues every other year.
The Mount?
They're in MAAC now. They were in the NEC, then they were in not Horizon. They were in another league, and now they're in the MAAC.
Speaking of Wake, 73-62 loss at Clemson. I wouldn't say that's a bad loss, but they still didn't cover. You locked up the Deeks. Did you watch any of this game?
Yeah, they're Wake. They're just maybe it is time to move on from Forbes. But they were so bad when he got there. He at least has them respectable, you know? They're at least going to be like 18, 19 wins, but they don't do enough to get to the dance. They're not going to the dance again.
Yeah, I know. The only reason why I threw them out there was because you were looking for a North Carolina team or whatever that is underperforming. And they're one of the premier examples there.
Definitely a disappointing year for Wake, man.
Yeah, good bounce back for Clemson, though, off the South Carolina loss. ETSU, East Tennessee State, dropped a game to UMKC as the Roos win back-to-back big-time games here.
Your Roos, that was your preseason pick, right?
Yeah, they're heating up. They started slow. Yep. Speaking of my picks, maybe your picks, Duquesne.
Oh,
they were a 7-point dog. They were a 7-point dog against UC Irvine here. I acknowledged that the spot was tough, but I thought UC Irvine would still go in there and roll. That was not the case. Duquesne gets their second or third win this season against a team that had an at-large resume up until today. Kiss that guy.
We cursed him. We fucking cursed him.
My God.
I laid out their path. I go, yeah, and I laid out the path, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I just pumped him up. Time to take Duquesne. Dude,
Irvine, 70-54 lost to Duquesne here.
They were down like 28-9 to start the game. It wasn't like this was no fluke. I mean, Duquesne beat the fuck out of them from the opening tip. That was wild. That was wild. I thought Duquesne would get a lead, hold on, probably lose by 4 or 5. That's why I took Duquesne in the points. I never thought they would just go wire to wire, win by 20.
Yeah, Irvine just didn't show up today.
Unreal.
Yeah. Arkansas, I mean, mauled North Carolina A&T, 95-67 there. They covered the 27.5-point spread. And let's talk about this. Do you still believe in East Carolina as they lose?
Never.
Neither did I. They were a double-digit favorite today. They lost outright on their home floor to Gardner-Webb.
It's convenient for Colby. He's not on the show.
Yeah. I mean, we were
They
both.
suck. They suck.
Yeah, we were both waiting for the moment to jump on the fade DCU wagon. It might be beginning. It might be beginning. We might have missed the sell high, but let's ride the downfall here a little bit.
Siddle, ECU could open.
Do you think they would?
I don't know if it's a better. It's not that much better of a job, but it would pay more.
Has Schwartz done enough to get canned, or like
how many years did Dooley get?
Bad enough?
How many years did Dooley get?
Remember.
ECU just has so many. They just have so many fucking puzzling losses. Is what I mean.
Yeah. Yep.
Do
you think they would fire the basketball coach the same year as the football coach?
No, he'll get another year. I'm looking at it. Dooley had 4 years. ECU is not all in on athletics like Colby makes it out to be. They don't got that dump truck that he thinks that they have. If they did, they would not have hired their interim football coach after 2 games.
Yeah, that is true. That is very,
ECU's hurting financially, clearly. Colby won't admit it, but they're definitely not trending upward.
Southern Miss wins the Charles Huff Bowl.
I locked it. You talked me into it. Cheers to you. Cheers to you. Get you a nice Woodford Reserve bottle on that pick, baby. Southern Miss, Hattiesburg, baby.
68-66 W as they're catching 3.5 points. North Carolina, 76-74 victory over UCLA. This was the buy. Like, this was as low as you could get for North Carolina if they were ever going to bounce back. They needed this desperately.
Had to have it. Had to have that game like blood, and they got outplayed. I mean, they sucked again, but I'll give them credit. RJ Davis made winning plays. He doesn't want to miss an NCAA tournament for a second time in 3 years. Now, where Carolina can go, I don't think anywhere. I don't think this team's very good. But their name and brand probably will get them to the tourney now that they have this win. As long as they don't shit the bed in ACC play. Which could happen.
Yeah, I agree with you. Very well could. But yeah, that was a lock all across the board. I don't know why a lock isn't displayed on my column here on the picks page. That's a little disappointing.
Technology.
Yeah, I locked it up with you guys and bet it last night with the show. But yeah, all across the board. Even when you have NC Nick, a Duke fan, locking up North Carolina, you knew that was a smash spot. Arkansas State smashed Coastal Carolina by 30, 97-67. Old Dominion, 80-75. Sorry.
My guy Hodgson's at Ark State. He could be in line for a promotion with the way that they're rolling. Oh my God.
They peaking a little early.
I think that they're pretty fucking good. They have a bunch of high major transfers. They got the kid from Louisiana that was like all league to transfer to them in league. And they kind of feel
he was the player of the year.
They not as good as JMU last year, but they kind of feel like App State last year.
I think the Sun Belt's better this year. I think it's deeper.
They don't have those two juggernauts up top, though. But you're probably right in terms of balance.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's deeper this year. Speaking of Old Dominion, they are getting better. They are getting better. 80-75 victory over UL Monroe. Okay, Mac, this was up there. If it's not 1, it's 2, and it's right behind the Vermont blunder. What the fuck happened with UC Davis today?
I didn't bet this thing. God, I saw Rocco tweeted out the variance, and I go, wait, Pepperdine won by 39. Like, I saw that they were up early. I didn't see how they won by 40. Holy
Pepperdine,
shit.
85. Davis, 46.
Like, what? What the fuck is that? What's that clip he plays? What the fuck is that?
Yes.
What the fuck is that?
What results worse, Vermont or Davis today?
Probably Vermont. It's fucking Dartmouth.
Dartmouth at least has a win over Boston College this year too, though.
The fuck is that, Davis? Good
So
God.
bad. So bad. Speaking of so bad, Valley State. This is a perfect transition. They got drilled by Tulsa.
What is wrong? They're fucking so dude, they're getting worse.
93 to 48.
They should have locked
93 to 48. Good Lord.
How is it even possible to lose to Tulsa by 50? Seriously, they're fucking horrible.
Oh my God. They're 364. Chicago State's 363. And there's a reason why Valley State's 364.
Yeah,
that is it.
They're not moving from that spot. Chicago State would actually beat the shit out of Mississippi Valley State. Mississippi Valley State
they'd win by double digits.
This might be the worst team that they've ever had. They are horrible.
Yeah, we were looking at that in the preseason. Like, just there were no signs of positivity previewing that team this season. Vanderbilt 30-point win over Austin Peay, 85-55. Colorado 179-55 as the white guys of Bellarmine got blasted again, but covered by 1.5 for Colby as he locked up the Knights, but also covered for you on the picks page as you had 23.5 for Buffalo or for Colorado Buffaloes.
Yeah, we're entering like the chalk city here coming up. It was definitely a lot of chalk in this window. Favorites were covering big time. Hey, I looked it up. Mississippi Valley, according to KenPom, 3 points worse this year than last year at this time.
How many points worse right now are they than Chicago State?
Oh, 13 or 11. Actually,
Chicago State would be favored by 11 on a neutral?
Actually 10.5. Actually, Chicago State is above Coppin and Pine Bluff too.
Oh, last night when I checked, Chicago State was 363.
Coppin somehow went down after that big dub.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Clark said that Mississippi Valley doesn't have that portal money. They don't even have enough money to pay their B-dubs tab on the road, yet alone their fucking NIL check. Oh, they're so bad. You got a good Twitter, though. The parody account, whoever's running that.
Yeah. I hope it's one of those guys that work the booth, dude.
It's probably like the manager. Oh,
broadcast booth, the best part about that.
Speaking of managers, we should take a moment. Everybody's asking why the Little Rock and EIU game got canceled. The manager for Little Rock fucking passed away. He got in a car accident.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that. Because I was like, why is this game not tipping off or canceled? Damn. So, say a prayer. Sucks, man. I mean, last game before Christmas break, and you pass away in a car accident on the way to work, probably. So I don't know all the details. I just saw it come across on the Little Rock ticker. Like I was researching Little Rock, and I saw that, and I was like, God damn. So yeah, prayers and thoughts with the Little Rock program.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't catch any of that. And also Go Beefs mentioning the Ricky Henderson, as was rumored last night. That came out official today as well. So that's tough. Thoughts and prayers to the friends and family and program there with Little Rock. Furman won 77-63 at Harvard. No idea why they were only favored by 1.5. And that, of course, led you to lock Harvard. I don't know, acceptable bet placement there, but you know there is a chance to absolutely get obliterated in that spot. It happened. We move. UNLV 66-53 win over Riverside.
Yeah.
Riverside, I thought they would compete in this one with UNLV here. Did not happen. As the Rebs win by 13, they cover the 10.5 point spread.
Good win for the Rebs. I mean, the spot was not ideal. Coming off that Dayton game and
lost.
Yeah. So shout out to them.
Yeah, 100%. Abilene Christian only won by 4 against Texas Southern. Did you catch any of that one?
They should not have won. I actually think Texas Southern was a better team. Abilene Christian rallies late for a big win. So shout out to them for not losing. I mean, they should have lost this game.
Shout out to them for not losing.
Yeah, no,
South Florida.
They were played.
South Florida didn't lose. They won 88-62 over the Chinese restaurant in Texas A&M Commerce, aka East Texas A&M. Good bounce back for the Bulls after the Bethune-Cookman L. Boise State wins by 18 against Air Force, but the Falcons cover that large number, which was 20.5 by 1.5 points there. So if you were on the right side, pretty sharp play. I had the Broncos. Mac had the Broncos. Colby took the points with the Falcons. Now we jump into the OVC slate, Mac. How'd you do here?
I want to say I got screwed on a couple of them.
Morehead State, one of them. Minus 3.5. 74-68 final.
Tennessee State had the fucking lead with under 4 minutes, and they blew this game and didn't even cover. They kept fouling. Yeah, I should have covered this. Maybe the line was a little too short, but yeah, I think it was the right side. But hey, Morehead 2-0 in OVC play.
So I didn't catch any of this. This score stumps me a little bit. Lindenwood won 71-65 over Western Illinois.
Yeah, they controlled the second half. So Lindenwood 1-1 now.
Yeah. Yes, they are. Martin fucked up Southern Indiana.
Did you see that?
77-46 final. I did not see the halftime score.
50-15. It was 15-0. It was like 32-4. Yeah, this was the head scratcher of the day in terms of how Martin just absolutely dismantled Southern Indiana. They just hit him in the mouth and made every shot. Southern Indiana couldn't throw it in the ocean. It was wild.
We jump out of the OVC for a little bit here in our recap to talk about Texas State drilling Georgia Southern 83-61. Are the Bobcats good at basketball?
Dude, yeah, they are. They're 8-4. They're playing good ball. Their only loss, they won 6 out of 7. I think their only loss is to FAU on the road in Boca Raton.
This is the best Texas State's been since I've been betting college basketball, I think.
Yeah, since the guy that got fired, Casper. Casper had it rolling there, and then,
Idaho, dude. Did you catch any of this? 95-72 win over Pacific at Pacific?
I did not catch this. Let's go.
The Potato Warriors doing good things. The battle for Chicago looked a lot like the battle for Indiana on the gridiron last night. Northwestern 84-64, drowning of the DePaul Blue Demons. The hype train, the hype steam is de-escalated very, very steeply here.
They've hit a wall. They've hit a wall here.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I knew was coming at some point, but I still think that they are way better than expectation.
Oh, yeah. They're not
They
horrible.
just need to come back down the reality a little bit in the market, and I think they'll be a darling. But we just got to let them We just got to let them free fall a little bit here.
Agreed.
I still think there's a chance that they could be better than Georgetown. Your thoughts?
No.
Would you take Georgetown over DePaul?
I think Georgetown's pretty good, man.
Right.
I actually think Georgetown. I just think that their young guys are buying in, and I think Coley's a good coach. I think it's going to take. I think DePaul could be what Georgetown is this year, next year, with another cycle in the portal for Holtman.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think Georgetown may be the fourth best team in the Big East.
The preface of that argument that we had during the Big East was that I didn't think DePaul would be the worst team in the conference this year. Turns out it's Seton Hall. So I was right about that.
Seton Hall might beat Georgetown tomorrow,
though. Can't wait to talk about it. David Matola posted a picture of himself at this game. Shout out to you for going to this game with all of the sports action for what it's worth. As my Chips, the Central Michigan Chips, they were lit to fire against Arizona here, 94-41.
Oh my Lord. Dude, Arizona's getting back to their old ways of just absolutely housing these shit teams.
It's the only thing they can do right now. They can't compete against them.
I know. They make like 17 threes in these games, and it's like, what the fuck? Why don't you save some from when you actually play somebody?
They're Indiana football right now.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that as it's not meant to put down Arizona basketball, but they're destroying teams they should destroy. And then against good competition, they just haven't closed the deal. So Creighton, speaking of closing the deal, 86-79 victory over Villanova. This was triple lock on last night's show. The Blue Jays get across the finish line there.
Are you so concerned about them, though? Like, in the past, they would have won this game by 15.
I was concerned about them and the lack of depth from the get-go this season.
And then they got the injury.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no. What do they got?
I picked them 5th in the Big East.
What do they got to do to win the fucking or not win? They're not winning anything. What do they got to do to make the tournament?
Well, I mean we kind of already talked about it. You just gotta pick up a win against either Marquette or UConn.
I guess they don't have
not drop any dumb ones.
Yeah,
yeah.
They need Georgetown to be okay. They need Georgetown to keep being solid, and then Nebraska.
The margin of defeat there is going to matter too, because that kills your predictives. If
they got killed. Good. I mean, they lost by double digits to Nebraska on their home floor too. So it's like those two hurt.
Yeah. Yep. Portland 74-64 win over Lafayette. I didn't catch any of this. I doubt that you did either, because you didn't bet it. But 10-point win there. Good win for the Pilots. Northern Arizona, 83-75 win over Southern Utah. They win this outright. They were catching 6.5 points. My Lumberjacks, they're on the board.
Let's go Jacks.
Yeah. Arizona State murdered UMass. I am sorry, Mac, but was this
UMass led at the half?
Was this just the end, the beginning of the end, the collapse?
No, I think UMass is playing better. The second half got away from them. Arizona State's playing really good basketball. UMass went through a scoring drought. They had a bad flagrant foul, and the game kind of got away. They led at the half. Like they didn't no-show the game. What'd they end up losing by in the end? 17?
16. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not indicative. It was a 6-point game with like 4 minutes left, 4.5 minutes left.
I don't know. I'm not sold on UMass this year.
Well, I'm just saying that they're like, it's not the end. Like they're going to get better under Frank. Like I can guarantee you that. They're not going to quit the season and go 2-16 in A-10 play. They're probably going to be around 500 in the A-10. It's been a little bit of a disappointing year, I'll be honest, but like they competed today. They played a Big 12 team.
A Big 12 team that I'm still not sure how good they're
They're
going to
10
be
and 2.
compared to the conference.
Well, I mean, the Big 12 is fucking good, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to kill them for losing to a Big 12 team that they had a lead at half, and then they fell apart down the stretch. 6-point game with like 5 minutes left.
Total collapse. Sun Devils, good bounce back victory after losing to Florida. Washington State 76-68 victory over Northern Iowa. You locked this one up. Did you watch any of this?
I did, man. So this was a shit play by me because I thought there would be more Utah fans. Not more than Iowa. I thought it'd be a neutral site game, and I thought Utah is better than them. That shit was all Iowa.
Wazoo.
Oh, I thought you said
Utah.
Iowa. Sorry. Sorry, I got my games mixed
up. If you want to talk about Iowa, Utah, we can.
Right. I'll do both. Yeah. So I locked up Utah. That was a shit play because I misread the crowd. Like that shit was a Hawkeye home game. I thought they would have a good crowd, but I thought Utah would travel to the Pentagon too. Completely wrong on that one. So bad pick there. And then that
was a good game though. 95-88 final there. Hawkeyes.
Yeah, I mean Utah, like you said, Utah led the game for 30 minutes, but the crowd just willed Iowa over the finish line. Even though I led for 30 minutes, I was like, man, they're not going to hold on to this. The Iowa crowd's going to will them over the finish line. So Filet's asking, did I think it would not be – sorry. In what world did I think Sioux Falls would not be Hawkeyes? I thought they would have a better home court, but I thought that I remember Utah in the past traveling to Sioux Falls. Like I thought it would be a 60-40 Iowa crowd, but that was like 99-1. There was nobody there. Northern Iowa, man, Wazoo's having a good little Wazoo's having a nice non-con. 10-3. David Riley.
I don't think it's just going to be non-con though, dude. Like I've watched this team a couple of times. I'm buying in. I'm buying in David Riley and the Cougs.
He's good.
I think
he's a good coach.
I think they're the third best team in the WCC this year.
Yep.
Even better than San Francisco.
I could see it, man. They're athletic. They play hard. They have an identity. Like I enjoy watching Wazoo play.
Yeah, me too. They're a very fun team to watch. Also, what else I enjoy? MyBookie. Because we're brought to you by MyBookie.ag, and SGPN's been running on MyBookie for years. Check out their new and improved website, which is great on mobile, plus props for every game in the live dealer casino. You can even get new early cash out options. Head over to MyBookie.ag, promo code TCESGPN. Yes, that is correct. A new promo code for us on the show. TCESGPN with MyBookie.ag for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus a $10 casino chip. Yes, promo code TCESGPN at MyBookie.ag for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus a $10 casino chip. And SGPN's proud partner, Rhythm, is the #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive betting models in seconds and get predictions for betting on money lines, spreads, totals, and props. Build your own model or copy one of the top performing ones from the leaderboard, and Rhythm will build a model for you. Now you can track props in the Rhythm app, and they offer models for NFL picks, NFL props, college football, college basketball, and the NBA. Rhythm has it all. Claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. All right, we're back here on the college basketball experience. Myself, Noah Bieniek, and Moneyline Mac, Ryan McIntyre. We're recapping still the December 21st slate of college basketball here. Big one that kind of underwhelmed. Auburn 87-69 win over Purdue. This was a lock battle on last night's show. You were on the Boilers. I and Colby were on the Auburn Tigers. Lane 9. What were your thoughts from watching this game?
1-1 in foxhole bets. Everybody in the world was on Kentucky and Auburn, so I went 1-1 in that. Ohio State came through. Purdue did not. Auburn's the best team in the country. They Dude, they're a fucking wagon. And Broom played. I was like, game starts, I see Broom out there. I go, this fucking guy's not even out of game. God damn it.
I heard that he was going to miss a good bit of time.
I thought so too. That I got word in the pregame that he was playing. Then I saw him and he was dunking. I go, so much for him being banged up.
I know. And Bryce Hopkins is out here not playing at all. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, it's they're the best team. Them and their only loss is at Duke. I know Tennessee's undefeated, but if Auburn plays Tennessee tomorrow, I would take Auburn.
If it was in Knoxville, I'd take Tennessee. But
yeah, although Pearl's been good there because it's his old stomping grounds. It's his get up spot.
Neutral and at the Jungle, and give me Auburn. But I think if it's a true road, which it will be in a month and a half here, I think Tennessee could win that one. That place will be on fire. But yeah, I'm satisfied with my national championship preseason pick.
There's no way they're peaking way too early.
Speaking of peaking early, yeah, this is it. Same thing happened with Purdue.
Yeah,
but Purdue got farther than we thought at this point of the season last year, when Purdue was running the table in the non-conference.
Hey, could Auburn though do what UConn did 2 years ago and have this really great non-con, and then take it on the chin in the SEC for like 2-3 weeks?
Yes.
Everybody's out on them, and then come back around March and peak late.
I like this comparison too, because they lost a first-round NCAA tournament game the year prior. As well.
That could happen. Yeah. Every team in the SEC will take it on the chin. If you think your team's running through the SEC, you're on fucking crack.
Well, they all think they should have 6 playoff teams in the college football playoffs. So
yeah, like Tennessee. My God. If that's the 2-loss SEC team, can you imagine how bad the 3-loss teams would have been?
Alabama lost to that Tennessee team, dude.
They also lost to Vanderbilt, Oklahoma. Those games didn't count there because they would lay 14 on a neutral field against BYU.
And South Carolina lost to the Alabama team that lost to the Tennessee team. So and South Carolina was at home against Alabama. So I don't know. Just dominoes.
They would be laying 14 points on a neutral field. Don't you know the logic? They would be laying 14 points. Because that's what matters, right? They'd be laying points. Okay.
Mm-hmm. How many were they laying against Oklahoma?
14. How many against Vandy?
How many
24. How many was Ole Miss laying against Kentucky? 21. How much were they laying against Florida in the Swamp? 13. Yeah. Anybody that uses the point spread logic, I'm sorry, it's retarded. I'm sorry. It is the dumbest logic ever. Your resume matters. Your hypothetical point spreads does not matter. Upsets happen. Welcome to sports.
And Saban was the one that started that entire.
I know. Yeah, he's
dialogue.
That's coach speak.
Man, I am so happy that Shane Gillis called him out to his face.
Oh, dude, it's
so
great.
Happy.
And I love Saban. He's a West Virginia guy, but it's like, shut up, Saban, you fucking cheater.
That was so perfect.
Yes.
That he doubled down on it too, because on their outdoor set in front of all the fans, he said that now that everybody has the opportunity to pay players, not just you over there, Coach Saban. And then on the desk where he's like trying to suck up to Saban and apologize, Saban was having none of it, and then he just calls him
Alabama Jones.
Oh my God, I was dying. I was rolling. Incredible. I'm so happy you did that. I'm not going to get sidetracked there too much. But very satisfied with the results from the college football playoff. Even though there were blowouts, that's typically what happened when you hit the road in college sports. You lose.
Yes, no shit. Thank you, Noah. Like, good God. Like, Indiana gets, all right, they got their ass beat in South Bend. That's a hard place to fucking win. SMU gets blitzed in fucking Happy Valley. Everybody gets blitzed there, other than if you're a top 5 team. And then who's the other one? Clemson did not get blitzed. Clemson was a couple shaky calls away that went against them from being in a dogfight with Texas. Texas got a nice whistle, and then Tennessee gets blitzed in Columbus. I mean, everybody gets blitzed there. So,
yeah, Indiana dressed it up, but they had the closest game of the 4.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess if you're just going pure off of the points,
yes.
But the team that had the best showing was the team that snuck in there and was by far the worst team playing the juggernaut Texas Longhorns. That was by far the best game.
Yeah. Shout out to Leg Show Magazine, $10 tip, saying just a little something for the March Madness Hookers and Blow Fund.
Yeah.
Love it. Thank you very much, Leg Show. Welcome back to the show. Ryan Hasty saying those PI calls for Texas were tough to swallow.
Oh, AC, we got fucking jobs on the whistle. Texas should have won. I'm not going to get on here and say Clemson should have won the game, but they got a bullshit whistle. I mean, two things can be true.
Cocktail Napkin went 7-2 today, home dog.
There you go.
It was a good day. It was a good day.
Home dog. You wait and see, baby. We're gonna be in that playoff next year, baby, with that beautiful Dub V icon. Hard edge, Rich Rod's got them boys ready to go.
How about Colorado State going on the road and winning at the Bat Cave?
Fucking Colby. Alford is.
He tried to rope me in, and I was like, dude, I know what happens when you're riding Alford here.
Yeah, Nevada's so up and down, man.
They were laying 7. They lose by 2 on their home floor to Colorado State there. What did this close at, by the way? NC Nick got this at 10.5.
For Colorado State?
Yeah.
Oh, so you if I knew that I laid, because I laid 7 or whatever, 6.5, 7. If I knew it went to 10, I definitely would have taken Colorado State because CLV is an auto loser.
Gotten out of the Nevada play.
Like, oh, no. I got 3 points of value. I'm fucked.
Yeah. Speaking of CLV, whatever number you got here, this is important because you could have gotten at 17, 17.5, 18, 18.5. I'm seeing some Santa Clara wins by 17 against South Dakota here. This is something that I wanted to talk about last night, but I wasn't going to jump in because I wasn't locking it and we were flying through some games. Santa Clara seems to be righting the ship a little bit. This is now their 5th straight double-digit victory. And some of those are good against good teams too. But yeah, I'm just really hesitant to buy all the way back in on the Broncos after how much they burned me early in the season. My dog's throwing up in the background. Hold on.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Take care of that. I did not see him saying that. I saw him like looking back there. I didn't realize the dog was throwing up. Yeah, Bieniek. Yeah, Santa Clara. Here, I can hold this down. Santa Clara playing good basketball. Good week. They blow out Kennesaw, then they blow out South Dakota. South Dakota's an auto fade though on the road, so I will say that. Moving along here, I assume that he's going off KenPom. Davidson gets it done by 13 against Bethune-Cookman. Davidson screwed me. Davidson screwed me on this non-cover.
Sorry about that.
You all right? I was just talking about.
He just eats it. Like he'll throw it up and then eat it, and you got to tell him to stop.
That's what my dogs do. They all these fucking dogs do that shit.
Yeah, my dad was racing over there to clean it up because he knew I was on the show. But what did you start talking about? If you talked about anything here,
I assume that you were going off. Well, I guess you probably were going off the picks page, but I was on KenPom and I jumped over to Davidson Bethune-Cookman. Dude, they're up like 20 with a minute and then somehow did not cover against Bethune. Laying 13 and
I didn't touch any of this, dude.
It was ridiculous. I stopped paying attention. I turned it off. I go, they're up 20 with a minute 30, and I check the score. They lost or they won by 13. Fucking Colby, did he lock Bethune?
No, he didn't.
Okay, I would have said that was outside of Valpo yesterday. That would have been the worst lock battle loss ever.
Yeah, The next one on the picks page was Cal Baptist, 86-69 win at Fresno.
Jesus Christ. I need to
Yeah,
stop
you
betting.
locked up the Bulldogs there. Did you catch any of this one?
Yeah, they fucking suck. That's my analysis. Dude, this team is so frustrating. Like, they'll look really good in spurts, and then they just have no discipline. They have no discipline when I watch them. It's like
Denver. Denver covers at home. Yeah. You get a W by the hook, dude. You were catching 7.5. They lost by 7.
I guess I got it by the hook, but they were fucking winning a majority of the goddamn game. They fucking gave this game away.
The cash cow that is the Pios there.
At home.
Yeah. Ole Miss, 80-62 win, but didn't cover that massive 27-point spread there, as Colby had the Royals and you were on the Rebs there. The Green Bay lock was pretty comfortable the entire way. Entire way.
Old Gottlieb got them going tonight.
That was a double lock there by you and Colby against Drake. Drake only wins 72-62. They're getting 25.5 points. Great play there. Richmond, 78-71.
Bro. They had it down to 5 in like 5 minutes. And I was like, oh my God, is Gottlieb going to fucking beat Drake to hand their first loss? But yeah, no, they still suck, but they did find a way to cover. So shout out to Gottlieb tonight.
Richmond beat Virginia Military 78-71 there. VMI covered 12.5. You and Colby and I picked that correctly. UCF drowned the Dolphins here of Jacksonville, 86-66. You locked up the Golden Knights there, the very, very, very Golden Knights.
Yeah, Jacksonville is like the opposite of Miami, where if they're in a bye game, if they're going to cover, they're going to win the game outright. If they don't cover, if they don't win the game, they're going to get blown out. They're such an up and down high variance team, the Dolphins under Mincy.
Speaking of high variance, I guess, Montana went in and gave San Francisco a run for their money. 71-67 win for the Dons there, but hell of a performance by the Grizz.
Should have bet Montana, man. If you think about it, San Fran was off a hard-ass road trip, playing Bradley, playing Loyola Chicago, 2 hard games. They split it, come back home, laying 16. I should have bet Montana. That was a bad miss on my part. How do you boot this guy?
I was close. That's on Twitch. How many people are watching on Twitch?
Oh, okay.
He's the only one watching on Twitch. We have no
Get out of here.
We haven't.
Get out of here, Jack Fuck.
But whatever. Random bot. I was close to betting IU Indy last night. They only lose by 6 at FIU. Florida National wins 75-69. You locked up the Jags. Great play there.
Jagged.
Then we get to, what'd you say?
I said jagged. Remember when we were saying that last year with the IUPUI? It sounds like something else, but it was like jagged, baby. Let's go.
Then we get to the biggest promotional game, I guess, like the marquee matchup of the night, I think, that was pushed most by CBS Sports. Ohio State wins by 20 against Kentucky here. A lock battle. You and Colby were on the points with the Bucks. You didn't need it as they won it by 20, covered by 28.5 points. Kentucky suffers their worst loss in Mark Pope's career as a player or coach in this game.
Ooh. Great day to be a Buckeye, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, I didn't account for the Michi Johnson 1 game bump without
Yeah,
him. But
you were too emotional last night giving the handicap. You were breaking down every player, their stats, their social security numbers, where
well,
they're
I was
at,
breaking up who were going to
drug,
miss the game. I mean,
the drug
him and
policy.
Bradshaw played.
You're breaking down
So
who's failed drug tests, whose girlfriend's doing what. You had it all figured out. I was like, nah, this is a get up for Ohio State. Kentucky's been way overvalued. They're not that good. Like, don't, I shouldn't say that. They're good. They're a solid team. They are not the fourth best team in the country. No fucking way. They're between 15 and 25, in my opinion. They're just a solid 5 seed come March, in my opinion. They're like BYU last year. I think they're similar.
when they hit their shots, I think they're a top 10 team. But
just like BYU was.
Yeah, when you shoot that many threes, though, there's going to be a little variance. And
Yep.
Even if you have all the talent in the world, a bad shooting day is going to knock you out of the tournament, make you lose a game here randomly on a neutral or in a road game in conference. And that's like the Nate Oates thing. It worked last year. They had a beautiful draw in the NCAA tournament. They go to the Final Four. But can you do it for 6 straight games? I don't know.
I'll make a hot take right now. I think Kentucky will have a losing record in the SEC, or right at 500. I think they're going to go 8-10. I think they're going to go 8-10 because I think
it's pretty hot.
But at the same time, they're playing a top 50 team every game, so it's like even if they go 8-10, they're going to be like a 6 seed. I just think the physicality of the SEC.
Do you still have KenPom up in front of you?
Yeah, I do.
What are the projected records of the entire SEC? I'm curious of what.
Dude, it's not hot at all. Actually, it's not hot at all. I mean, KenPom said they're going 9-9, which I agree with.
What's the highest and lowest in the conference?
Auburn 15-3, Tennessee 13-5.
I don't see that happening though.
I don't either. I think Auburn will go like 13-5. I think Tennessee 12-6.
Same ballpark.
Florida 12-6. Alabama 10-8. Alabama's 10-8. Mississippi State 10-8. A&M 10-8. Then you got Kentucky at 9-9. Then you got the 8-10 club: Ole Miss, Texas, Oklahoma, Georgia, Arkansas. I think Kentucky will be in that 8-10 club. I don't think that they're going to match up well in league play. So, Kentucky fans, please tweet at me at Moneyline_Mac. I am looking forward to a nice dialogue throughout the SEC play.
He's looking forward to a nice check from Elon. Don't do it, guys.
No, but I truly believe that. I thought I was bold, and then I'm 1 game off of KenPom. It actually isn't even that bold. It
just makes you feel even more confident in it.
Some may say KenPom's listening to this show right now. So South Carolina is
pumping up that air balloon.
Let's go. South Carolina
might be too big. They walk through the door.
South Carolina's last at 5-13. Noah, LSU 6-12. Missouri 7-11. Vandy 6-12. Why?
Maybe when we do our futures episode here coming up, we might play a little stock game, whether you think they're going to finish better or worse than some of the projections.
Yep.
It's not bad. We got to dive into the schedules, though.
So,
Kentucky was my second loss of the day. UC Irvine, the other one. Tough L, but when I chose to do it today, I lost in very fashionable ways. Blowouts. Rhode Island, 85-79 win over Temple. The Rams continue to run the table in the non-con right now. They're looking good. Elon, 73-69 win over Greensboro. This was a lock of yours. Elon -1 there. They win by 4 against Greensboro. That's a good win for Elon. They are playing great defense this year.
They erased a 16-point halftime lead, Noah. That's great, a hell of a win.
Locked them up.
Billy Taylor, shout out to him. And back to Temple. Temple blew a lead with 2 minutes left. Those fucking guys. They're always right. They're always right on that number, man. A couple extra fouls at the end that I thought were questionable. Like
I wonder
going out
why.
of yeah. I actually think Temple's pretty good. In all honesty, I think Rhode Island's good too. Good teams.
Yeah. We'll see about Rhode Island when we get an A-10 play. Still not buying all the way in. So how much of the Kansas State Wichita State game did you watch?
The whole game.
So was this as dominant of a performance as the score indicates?
No. It was back and forth for about 32 minutes.
So then if you're on the losing end of this, why would you go into the post-game interview and basically indicate that you're all right with the rivalry series coming to a close? Wouldn't you want to be chomping at the bit to go at it again next year?
Yeah, man. Tang tied at the under 12 timeout. So, 28 minutes. This game was crazy. K-State had a 4-point lead at half, like Trevor's talking about. And then Wichita just whipped their ass. I mean, they whipped their ass in the second half or last 10 minutes. They won every 50-50 ball. The crowd got involved. You know how that arena gets. It starts getting lit, and K-State couldn't stop the bleeding. Yeah, man, I don't know what the fuck Tang's saying. Like, saying that this game isn't good for the program. I disagree. I think these are the kind of games that make your program better, and I think it's good for college basketball to see home and homes with Wichita and K-State. They played in Kansas City every now and then too. I'm not the biggest fan of that. Tang. I'm out on Tang, man. I'm out on Tang. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it was a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, it's a burning pile of heat right now. As a lot of NIL money's been dumped into the last two rosters, and they just don't look like they have a pulse.
Live by the portal, die by the portal, man. Too much turnover year after year with that team.
I totally agree. Evan Mia did a good research project of portal teams, and basically like the only two that are, I guess, overachieving due to preseason expectation are Michigan and Kentucky. Like every other portal team in the high major conferences are struggling right now out of the gates. So
were the Mountaineers in there at all?
I can't remember.
They have a whole new team.
Yeah, I would say they should be.
The Mountaineers and Vandy would be the two that I would think should be with Michigan and Kentucky that have like spent their resources well and overachieved for what they have. But I agree with you. Michigan's done a good job with Dusty May, and obviously Kentucky. I mean, I just said that Kentucky's. I shit on Kentucky.
But it's been a good start. Like
it's been a good start, all things considered. But fuck Kentucky at the same time.
Oregon stomped Stanford, a neutral site game, 76-61. They win by 15. They were favored by 5.5. This one smelled last night. It turns out that that's another one where you play it because of that, but you are, like I said earlier, kind of aware that you could get skunked in that late as the Ducks opened that one up early and never gave that lead up.
Stink didn't do good today.
No, it really didn't.
Stink kind of got their ass kicked today. So Stink had been doing good. Stink got their ass beat today. Courtney Love took it right up the you-know-what today.
Utah Valley wins at Weber 64-62 as the Wildcats continue to just disappoint. That was a spot of all spots, dude.
No, I'm at a loss of words for this Weber team. I don't get it.
Neither do I.
I don't get it. They can't even win home games. Now, are they going to all of a sudden turn it on in league play, new season? We see this, though, where a team expectations brings back a lot. They are shit in the non-con. Then they go home for Christmas right now. They come back, new season, everybody buys back in. Is Weber that team? I don't know. But God, they're fucking frustrating right now. I think I've bet them every game, and they're probably what, like 4-8 ATS. They've
bad.
And yeah.
It's bad. Maybe my best solo call of the night last night. Bucknell covered by double digits. I told you they were going to.
Good call.
You and Colby did not want to come in on this with me.
Hell no, I ain't betting that one.
They were getting 35.5 and they lost by 19.
I know they did
Never
well.
even a sweat. Never even a sweat.
I thought you were going to get Georgia stated like I did earlier in the week with Auburn. But Gonzaga.
Well, I had the Eastern Illinois against Indiana too earlier in the season.
Yeah. Yes.
EIU was leading at half, and then Indiana just totally blew them out in the second half. But yeah, I mean, Bison. I think they're way better than the record for what it is, for what 100%. It's worth. So in the American, they might turn into a cash cow here. UC San Diego struggled a little bit with San Diego today, but they get out with a W. That's all that matters. And Toreros, they cover the 15.5 point line there. Double lock on last night's show. Shout out to you and Colby.
Great handicap. Never in doubt on the cover. Never in doubt. Good win, UC San Diego. Like I said, two things could be true. Easy spot for a dog. As the favorite, everybody's telling you how good you are, including this show. Just get out of there with the win. Keep it moving. Keep the chains moving. Don't trip up like Irvine did today.
There we go. Dude, I didn't see this one. Like, I know the game was close, but file this one under the same category of did not expect this one. Did not see this one coming. Omaha winning against Cal Poly.
Cal Poly's hit a little bit of a bump in the road here. They're finally coming back a little bit. They overachieved like hell in November. They've had a bad finish here to December. Maybe they get a second life here in conference play.
Yeah. Portland State goes on the road and knocks off Bakersfield. Good win there for the Vikings.
Yeah, and they came back. I mean, Bakersfield was up like 10 early. I think Colby actually bet Bakersfield. Tried to talk me into it. I stayed off it.
He didn't have a lock next to it on the picks page. Maybe it's something that
he talked about. He said, yeah.
I didn't have a lock on North Carolina for some reason. So I don't know. Could be a little bit of a mistake on the website's part there. Maybe your guys – what?
Said calling everybody out, Bieniek, taking names.
Yeah, maybe your guys' most comfortable win of the night. San Jose State murdered Kennesaw today.
Yeah, it got a little shaky. I shouldn't say shaky. It was like a 7. They got it down to 7.
They won by 17 or whatever.
Yeah, they pulled away once we started.
Sorry.
Dude, Tim Miles' team's playing better. This is a team I think we should look out for. Not as a Mountain West contender, but could they sneak into that 4 or 5 spot maybe? We've seen Tim Miles do it before at Nebraska, where all of a sudden a 1 year he'll pop up and be like the 4 or 5 seed. Maybe he could do it at San Jose this year in the Mountain West.
And the final game of the night wasn't so great for you two, as you had Cal plus the points, getting 5.5, as I lost by 21. But TCE totals are 6-0 on the season. The total last night was 147.5. This game finished at 121, dude. 26.5 point cover. And average margin of cover for these totals are like 14 points. None of these have even been close.
You should have taken the first half under too, because this half score was like in 23 to like 16. Good call by you. Good call, man.
Thank you. Hockey Arena unders, because I think that Oregon-Stanford game went under too. That only had like 138 points there. Or
they're saying you should make some money and sell your model, Noah.
Yeah, I mean, we offer everything for free though. That's the brand under SGPN. So
make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, that concludes the slate, dude. Time for game balls.
Give me a second. I got to pull up the schedule. There's a lot of games.
Yeah, there were.
Actually, I'll give out the first one. The Ohio State University.
For everything. The entirety.
Just fucking doing the Lord's work, beating the fuck out of the SEC in football, and then what you did at the SEC on the hardwood at the Garden. What a win for Ohio State here. All of a sudden, they got life now.
My first game ball is going to Dartmouth.
Yeah,
30-point win over Vermont.
My second game ball, I'll stay in the early slate. Princeton gets a game ball. They beat Rutgers back-to-back years. A little jersey on jersey crime here. Mitch Henderson and company. Nice job beating Rutgers again at the buzzer this time.
I can't believe you gave me this game ball too. Pepperdine, 45-point win over Davis.
There's a lot of candidates on a Saturday. We might need to extend this to like 12 come conference play. Next up, I guess my final game ball. Let's go with the likes of Mississippi State going into Memphis and saying, get this phony Memphis team out of here. Let's go. Hail State. They're a second weekend contender. I am buying into them. They score the ball way better than they have in the past. And Jans is a good coach. Year 3. Hubbard is a dog.
Yes, very much so.
Fucking dog. Cool.
My third and final game ball, Tennessee Martin.
Good one.
35-point win against Southern Indiana. So all of those just complete and utter destructions. I went for nuclear bombs, and then you kind of had a couple of TMZ picks, Mac.
Yeah, I mean, like we gotta do a couple honorary. There's so many like Mount St. Mary's. Like I should have them in there. They won at Miami. I know Miami blows ass, but it's still they won at Miami. Another one that I think should get some candidacy is South Alabama. I mean, they beat JMU in the opener by 30.
Yeah.
Duquesne should be a candidate with the way that they beat Irvine.
Yeah, that's a great win.
Gardner Webb getting a win at ECU. I mean, I know ECU is not very good, but still, it's a road win. And then
I'm gonna change the UT Martin one. I'm gonna give it to Duquesne because I locked up UC Irvine.
Colorado State is a candidate.
I looked at that one, but I decided to go with one of the nuclear bomb sites.
Sure. And then I think that's it. I think those are kind of the main ones.
Yeah, there were a couple of obvious ones today.
Yeah. I mean, you had to give Hail State one for going in there and winning by double digits the whole game.
Yeah. Shit, why did I put my tablet away? We got to do picks. Before we do the actual slate, though, Mac, the return of the MTEs. One main one that we're going to talk about because we have futures betting odds for it. I'm going to share my screen here for the bracket.
So while you're loading that, the field consists of the Nebraska Cornhuskers out of the Big Ten, Oregon State, the Beavers out of the WCC. I got to get used to
just list the betting odds if you're going in order there.
Okay. Yeah, Nebraska's the favorite, plus 130. Then Oregon State at 3-1. Out of the A10, Loyola Chicago, the Ramblers are 4-1. Charleston from the CAA is 10-1. Murray out of the Missouri Valley 10-1. Hawaii, the home team, 22-1. Reminder, they won it 2 years ago. Charlotte 45-1, and then Oakland, our guy Greg Campy, 45-1 for these odds in the Diamond Classic.
Yes, sir. So just right off the bat, this is my favorite MTE of the entire year. Everybody says Maui. This is it for me because we get no basketball during this week, basically. No college basketball games. So this kind of lets me scratch that itch a little bit during the Christmas week. because I think the 22nd and the 23rd and 24th, we've got like 7 games, and then the 24th is like 4 games, and it's just these 4. And I think this field is loaded. I think this is one of the best fields this tournament's had. And I think it's smart of some of these teams. Like, I feel like there are a couple bigger brands in this tournament than there have been in years past. And it's because they're realizing that there are very few games competing with them on these television networks. And I think it's an amazing opportunity for exposure for these teams. And we've got some great matchups here. Like you said, you already went through the betting odds for this, but shit, I forgot to write down the time. But we're gonna pick through kind of how we see the bracket going, and maybe give out our favorite and then one long shot that we see winning this bracket. Okay. Game 1, so Eastern time, 3 p.m., 5 p.m., 9 p.m., 11:30 p.m. start times here, beginning Sunday for this bracket. And they go on the 23rd and 25th. Sorry, I know I said the 24th. But yeah, Mac, I guess, how do you kind of paint the first round? And then that allows you to kind of be able to pick and choose some value on a short shot and some value on a long shot, right?
Yeah, so Nebraska, has Hoiberg won this at Iowa State. I know he's been out there at Nebraska. I don't know if they went to the Diamond or if they won the Diamond. I'm just looking that up really quick, but I would paint the picture here that I think the top half is definitely the more favorable side because Nebraska's the favorite and Hawaii's the home team. So, and Hawaii's always good in this tournament.
They
won it 2 years ago.
Very well.
I don't think you want to take either Charlotte or Murray for your long shot. That's what I'm saying. I think Oregon State is the top team in the top half of the bracket. I like what I've seen from Wayne Tinkle. So I'll go Oregon State 3-1 here as my pick to win it. My long shot, that's easy. I am
Hawaii.
Gonna go Hawaii 22-1. The long shot at
makes
home.
Total sense.
And they've won it before. They beat SMU on that fucked up game a couple years ago on the bank shot to win it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna take them here, and I'm still looking up what Hoiberg has done. So take it away, and I'll give you an answer on Hoiberg's experience here at the Diamond Classic.
Yeah, so I think Oakland could be feisty in round 1. Campy and Valentine, they get along because of the entire Michigan State Oakland faction there is. So those two coaches are really good friends. Oregon State and Charleston's a banger of a round 1 matchup. If they were on opposite sides, there would be a great opportunity of both of them getting to the championship of this thing. You're looking at Oregon State, the 2nd favorite, Charleston, the 4th favorite. I think whoever loses that wins the losers bracket, and wins that 5th place game on Christmas Day. My move here is I'm going bottom portion of the bracket, Mac. You said top portion. The reason why I'm staying away from it is I don't know what's going to happen. I think Oakland could be feisty in a low-scoring game against Loyola Chicago, and I could see either one of the Beavers or Charleston winning that game. So give me the favorite, Nebraska. I've really liked the Cornhuskers this season. And Hawaii is the long shot on their home floor. They only have 1 loss this season on the Stan Sheriff Center, and that's to North Carolina. It was double-digit game. But you look at the first game there for Hawaii, they're playing Charlotte, right? As far East Coast as you can get in America, traveling as far West Coast as you can get, playing at 11:30 p.m. Eastern, 11:30 p.m. local time for Charlotte. That game's going to be ending at 1:30. I think Hawaii is one of the better locks that you're going to find tomorrow. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, I like giving myself an opportunity to get either one of Nebraska or Hawaii into the championship game and having a team in that final. Anything else you want to add before we move on from this?
I am wrong on Hoiberg being there with Nebraska. He won it in 2014 as a member of the Iowa State because I was in the league at that time. So I remember them winning it. So 10-year anniversary of Hoiberg going back to Hawaii. Yeah, so that's an angle if you're looking for storylines.
Good nugget. So yeah, we align a little bit there with Hawaii and and I'm on Nebraska, and you just gave me a nice little storyline angle that I like too. So yeah, I think that's going to be a terrific MT for what it's worth.
I agree, man. They got some good teams out there. I mean,
yeah.
Murray and Charleston are like your 7 and 8 quote unquote seats. I mean, those are good programs.
100%. So yeah, I'm loading up odds for tomorrow's slate here. As my tablet continues to load, the first game of the day is Illinois State and Cornell at noon here. The Big Red laying 6. You can find a 5.5 out there. You can get a 6.5. We're using my bookie lines right now. Use promo code TCESGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Mac, what are you doing on this one? The Redbirds and the Big Red.
Yeah, this is a good game here. We got Cornell coming off of 3 road games back at home here before the break. I'm going to bet this. I think the line's telling. I will lock up Cornell. I think I'm going to take the home team early tip here, we're going to fade Illinois State off of the big week of beating St. Louis and then beating the hell out of Northern Illinois. I'm going to fade the Redbirds on the road. Where's the music at? Give me Big Red. Chew that gun. What are you doing?
I'm taking Cornell. I'm not betting it, though.
You are unreal. That's all I got to say.
All right.
Got to log up some games. Colby ain't here.
Yeah. Game number 2.
Bully culture. I believe in it.
Game number 2 is Binghamton and Army. Army's laying 4.5.
Army is laying 4.5. Ugh. That's a lot of points to lay with Army. I know they're off back-to-back. I won't pick against Army because I love Army, but it feels like Binghamton probably will be the right side. Close game. Army wins by 5. I'll lay it.
Binghamton's won 5 in a row.
Oh, man.
One of them against a non-D1.
How many have they won on the road? 2. Wow.
2 of those. At Lafayette, at Lemoyne.
I mean, Army, Sunday afternoon should be a good spot. Put this over here. Sorry. I'm trying to get organized.
I'm going to take Binghamton in the points. I'm not a huge fan of Army laying points in general.
All right. I think that's fair. As much as I want to bet Army, I can't do it. They win, though, because they're the greatest ever.
Morgan State heads into Ames, Iowa.
Oh, God.
The Cyclones of Iowa State are laying 43.5 points.
Play it. Morgan State's off like their big win at home. They are 6-8 on the year. I don't know. I feel they're gonna kill them.
4 of the wins are against non-D1.
True.
The other D1 win is NJIT.
You are making valid points. Iowa State.
Can I make another valid point?
Iowa State's fucked around, though, kind of in these bye games the last 10 minutes of the game. Like, they don't fuck around where they almost get beat.
It's not the last 10 minutes of the game, dude. They've never opened these up this season.
They've been close at the 10-minute mark, and then they just kind of cruise. Are you betting Morgan?
I want to, but they haven't given me anything to make me like it. So I'm taking the points, but I'm not pulling the trigger there.
Iowa State has Big 12 play on deck.
Yes.
I should say to everybody playing tomorrow is probably going to have their league opener or a league game on deck after Christmas. Nobody's going to play tomorrow than Tuesday. Everything is a look ahead to Christmas right now in league play.
Yep. Bryant and Towson do battle tomorrow.
Here we go.
Towson's laying 2 somehow.
Do you know the losing streak Towson's on right now?
Yep. That's why I said somehow. They've lost 6 in a row.
Towson, lock. This is the one. They blew the game. Dude, they blew the Robert Morris game. Up 7 with a minute 30 left. Up 17 at halftime. Towson is getting this one done. Happy holidays. Towson wins.
So are you claiming that this one smells?
I mean, a team that's off a 6-game losing streak laying points against a quality team of Bryant, I think it does stink a little bit, but all over Towson here.
I'm taking Bryant. I think they've been the better team this season so far.
Want to battle?
No, I'm not betting that one either.
On a little Sunday action on Monumental Network. What the fuck is that?
Monumental Network?
Oh, I think that's that fucking bullshit Washington Wizards network that sucks ass.
Where are you pulling that from?
I got my app pulled up. It says Monumental. I actually get it down here, so
really
it'll pop up on YouTube TV. It won't be a multi-view because fucking lazy fucks don't work anymore now that they raised the fucking prices. Fucking lazy fucking. Never mind. I'll go on a rant. Political rant. Just keep going. Cut me off. Eject.
All right, we'll do. Kent State's getting 20.5 in Tuscaloosa. Alabama, the Crimson Tide. Are they going to be able to pull away from Kent State, a good mid-major, after just struggling against North Dakota? Is this a bounce-back spot?
You know, I mean, Kent already went to Auburn, and Auburn completely dressed that game up. Anybody that watched that game knows that was not a wire to wire cover. I kind of think Kent's the right side. I'm trying to think. They have not played, and we're getting Alabama.
I'm close to pulling the trigger on this. So I think Kent State's a pretty good team this season. They got a lot of if I remember correctly, they grabbed a couple of power conference transfers in the offseason. I don't think that they're going to be too outmatched here. Alabama probably wins this one by double digits, but I'm going to take the points. Alabama hasn't beaten a team by 20 plus all season long. Besides, missed one. UNC Asheville, game 1 of the year.
I'm going to lock Kent. I'm with you. I think this is that McNeese game all over again. I think Kent plays hard enough. I think Alabama is not good enough defensively. They let Kent hang around. Alabama wins by 13.
Is Kent good enough offensively to score if this turns into a firefight?
Well, Senderoff is not going to let it. Like, he's going to play. That's what he did against Auburn. He's going to drag that thing as much into the mud. Auburn got it done because they fucking pressed at the end of the game with that fluke cover in the last minute.
It's an interesting matchup. Alabama plays at the 7th fastest pace in the country. Kent State's in the 300s. So I don't love it. I'm going to take the points with Kent State, though.
All right. I'll fly solo. Give me Kent State here. Lock it up.
I'm a peacock. You got to let me fly.
I guarantee Colby will lock this up, so you guys can probably put that down for him. But, actually, I shouldn't say that. He locked up St. John's at the dunk and then tried to argue the right side, even though they never covered the number once.
Oh, man.
You got to call him out. You got to call that guy out every now and then. He was a jackfuck on that take.
Purdue Fort Wayne heads into Ann Arbor to play Michigan. The Wolverines are laying 20 points.
Give me a handicap. I'm going to listen to you. This is your team. I think Fort Wayne's probably the right side, but I don't want to bet it.
So I like the Fort Wayne team this year, and I've taken them in most of these high major get up spots. UCF, Penn State, they covered both of those. Michigan, on the other hand, when they've played weaker opponents, they make mistakes, but they play at such a fast tempo that they just gain the possessions, and they've been money from 3. 2-game losing streak for Michigan. Arkansas, Oklahoma, specifically this Oklahoma game, they did not shoot the 3 ball well at all. It was I'm trying to pull up the number 4 for 28 in that game, but for the season, I mean, they're shooting at 33.5%. I think it's a bounce back game, but at the same time, 20 points is a hell of a lot of points, and there's an opportunity for a backdoor here with a solid program like Purdue Fort Wayne. So I think taking the points is the right decision with Kaufman's group, Team TCE, Mastodons.
I'm with you, but I'm not going to lock it just because Michigan is off back-to-back losses. But I don't feel comfortable laying any of these big numbers with the Sunday before Christmas. Everybody's got a flight planned later in the day. They're thinking about how to get there, get to the airport. It's a lot of distractions. You see a lot of upsets on this final day before Christmas. So I think the Mastodons will play, but Michigan is a little bit we need to right the ship here. Michigan wins by 18.
All right. You know what we've got on Sunday? We've got a matchup for bragging rights.
Yeah.
No NIL money on the stake. No, I don't know what else. They're not playing for money. They're only playing for bragging rights, dude. Illinois and Mizzou. Do you know the history of this matchup? Recent history, I guess.
The last
they do hate each other.
Couple of years have been fucking blowouts.
Yes. Yep. Missouri's actually fared a little bit better recently, actually. Illinois used to run this.
Yep.
But Missouri's won 4 of the last 6. Last year, though, Illinois 97-73. Year before that, Missouri 93-71. Year before that, Illinois 88-63. Just the last 3 have been brutal blowout fashion. The COVID years were close. 7-point win for Mizzou, 3-point win for Mizzou. Then it grew back again. 16-point win for Mizzou. This matchup, I thought I was diving into the history. I thought Illinois owned it a little bit more. I like Illinois. I think it's a short number. Missouri, they've won 10 games in a row. When are they going to come down? Illinois off the Tennessee loss.
I don't like the matchup for Illinois. I think
Missouri because of the youth and inexperience.
Yeah, I think last year Illinois best team and probably since 2005 drilled them. Missouri worst team and forever. I think Missouri is a lot better. I think they're more athletic, tougher. I think this is another SEC get up spot. I am locking up Missouri. Missouri's going to win the game outright and get revenge of last year.
Not technically a home game. It's in St. Louis. This game actually draws pretty 50-50.
It's true. Yeah, it's a true 50-50.
Yeah, to my memory. So,
you betting it?
Yeah, I'm on the Illinois side. -2.5. I think it's short. I think they're the much better team this year.
All right, lock battle here.
I gotta be bold at some point going against Missouri with my take there. I don't think they're a good team this year.
No, Bieniek riding the Big Ten. Illini. I'll take the SEC to fucking win another one. The Tigers.
All right. We then have another SEC game. Mac, you gonna lock this one up? Oklahoma -29 against Central Arkansas.
I should lock up fucking Central Arkansas, shouldn't I?
No, you shouldn't. That team's so bad.
Dude, there's no way I could lock up Oklahoma. They're fucking 11-0, and they just won a game out of their ass the other night.
Central Arkansas has played 3 bye games this year.
Ooh.
38-point loss to BYU, 35-point loss to Utah, 25-point loss to Arkansas.
I'll take the points. No bet.
I'm also taking the points. So,
you fucking laid out all those reasons, and then you fucking didn't even bet it.
well, it's just Oklahoma's off the Michigan game. They've got Christmas coming up. I'll take the mid-major to keep that one close. They probably pull in the reins. Iona Colgate is a good game tomorrow. Colgate, the Raiders, -4.5. And this, of course, is off the Vermont win last week. Iona just beat St. Peter's, too, last Sunday, too.
I will lock up our Raiders.
What?
I'm locking this game. Colgate by double digits. Get this Iona shit out of here. Colgate's found themselves a little bit. They're going to start playing better into the Patriot League at home. Iona drilled them last year. Revenge on the mind. Colgate, big.
Fade Tobin. I'm laying the points.
Come on, lock it. You got to fade Tobin.
Nah. Don't feel great about that one at all.
Only live once.
3-8 versus 3-9. 2 programs that are supposed to be so much better than they are. Who knows what's going to happen in that one?
Colgate, double digits. Chat loves Iona.
It's because I hate Tobin, so they want to like.
They're trying to get under your skin, Bieniek. Can't let them.
Sacred Heart plays Miami, Ohio tomorrow, and the Redhawks are -7.5 as the home team in Oxford, Ohio.
Is this number kind of short?
I don't think so.
9 or 10. I'll lay it with Miami of Ohio. No bet. This kind of stinks to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Ken Palm's got this at 8 for what it's worth. I like Miami, Ohio here. I'm going to lay the points there, -7.5. New Hampshire plays Stonehill. Stonehill, dude. When was the last time they were laid 8 points?
They're a wagon. They're 6-7 on the year, and I think we should bet New Hampshire.
New Hampshire's 2-11. Their 2 wins are against UMass Boston and Endicott.
This is the spot.
Seriously,
like Stonehill, they've been a dog.
Can I sprinkle some of your handicapping upon you?
Yeah, what do you got?
Stonehill just had a back-to-back road, and now they're back home.
Yeah, but laying 8.5?
Isn't it kind of telling?
I think they're disrespecting the Wildcats.
All right.
I mean, the history, New Hampshire won it last year by 13. New Hampshire was laying 14.5. I mean, 23 points. Wow. I mean, last time they were favored, they did not cover against Commerce at home.
They beat Quinnipiac by 14 at home.
They did beat Quinnipiac at home. I think New Hampshire is the side here. Fringe law. Check the picks page.
Radford does battle with South Carolina. The Gamecocks are -14 in Columbia, South Carolina.
What are your thoughts on this game? I mean, you got South Carolina off the Clemson big win. You got Radford coming in here. I think Radford's the side.
Initially, I kind of want to take South Carolina, but I'm hesitant with all of these high majors prior to Christmas, to be honest, in these mid-major games. So, Radford, though, in bye games,
they suck.
It hasn't been good. So,
hey, they covered Colorado State, though.
Yeah, Colorado State and Nevada.
It is hilarious. Like, you look at Radford's resume, 10-0 in non-bye games.
Yes.
0-4.
And they've gotten fucked up in those games.
Yeah.
I'll take the points, but
I'm not betting it. I'm with you.
yeah, I'd
It
stay away.
It feels like a South Carolina 10-point win to me. That's what I'm taking.
Mercyhurst plays West Virginia, dude. And West Virginia is minus 32.
Oh, we're national champions. Is Rich Rod fucking running the offense over here? What's going on?
Urgent care going into Morgantown.
I'll tell you what, we've been fucking up teams in the bye games too, though. We kind of been like Michigan. We don't play around in these bye games.
Yeah, I mean, Kansas in the Big 12 opener is the next game right after the holiday.
I'll take Mercyhurst, West Virginia. My Mountaineers win by 29. I am not betting Mercyhurst. Fuck no. They had a nice Christmas party probably tonight downtown at Kegler's, the Wings.
The Wings.
They're going to go through the motions tomorrow. Win by 29. Too many for Breeze.
Yeah, I kind of have the same thought process as you. I'm taking the points with their urgent care there. Montana State plays TCU tomorrow. This is in the we've been shit. We're like 3 games into the 2:00 slate. I wanted to write down the timestamp there, but TCU, Montana State in Fort Worth. The Horned Frogs are minus 11. Mac, your thoughts?
Montana State's kind of been shit on the road recently.
Yeah, this is their 3rd straight road game too. They have not competed in a single. At Northwestern was probably their best performance in a road game.
I mean, they're at USC, then they're at Riverside. Now they got to go to Texas. TCU, on the other hand, it's kind of gone through the motions. This feels like the TCU stomp spot.
Well, I don't know if they've gone through the motions or they're just not that good. And they lost their best player for the year.
It could be that.
They just had their Frankie Collins get-up spot, and they scored 58. Game 2 without Frankie, their point guard.
But they went like 3 for 27 from 3. Do we think that they're going to make – I think they're going to make some shots.
No, I think that's going to be more of the norm this year. I think TCU has the potential to be the worst
3
team.
3 for 27.
Jamie Dixon teams never really shoot that well.
3 for 27, though?
Stop shooting.
Come on. 3 for 27. I mean, 3 for 16 or 3 for 15, not 3 for 27.
I'm on the Bobcats, plus 11.
I'm on TCU. I think this is actually as low as the number has gotten for one of these bye games. I think this is a buy low for TCU here. Lock it up.
All right.
Buy low. I'm buy low on the Frogs. Where are we at? Jamie Dixon gonna get that Christmas present, a jump shot for a couple of these guys. They're gonna make a couple tomorrow. They're gonna win by 18.
Can I take you? Will you follow me to the land down under?
What you got? McNeese?
American. Catching double digits against Virginia. American just got blown out against St. Joe's. But that was off of an overtime George Washington win, and they hadn't played a game in 2 weeks. I think this is a bounce back effort against Big Brother in the region.
I think you're right. I do think you're right. I mean, Virginia, that kind of was an air out of the sales game. I mean, that they gave everything the other day. I do think American will hang in here. Veteran team, low scoring game. Virginia wins 55-50. Take the 13. Let's go. 55-49.
Double lock there.
The total's 119. Jesus Christ.
Oh, shit. That's funny. Can I take you to the land down under again?
Who you got now, Noah?
The other hospital.
No. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah. Why don't you want me to do it?
That's why Wisconsin been fucking teams up.
29.5 against Wisconsin? No, they haven't. They only beat Chicago State by 21.
When was the last time Wisconsin played?
They struggled against the Mexicans. They played on the 14th.
All right. I think you talked me into it.
Yeah.
They better not get drilled, or I'm texting your ass tomorrow. They got Iowa on deck. They hate Iowa. All right, I'll do it. Let's go.
Let's
Detroit.
go.
Detroit. Too many. 29's way too many.
For Wisconsin? Hell yeah.
Yeah. Let's go. This fucking hospital. They better fucking find a way. Too many. 8 points. They've been off for like over a week, so I do like that angle.
Penn plays George Mason tomorrow. This is in Fairfax. It's a home game for the Patriots, but they're laying 16, dude.
Yeah. Penn's off a big win, though.
Against Ryder?
Yeah, I mean, they hadn't won him forever.
They're not. They're not going to fall asleep playing George Mason, though.
Careful with Mason, though. They'll randomly fuck these bad teams up.
Yes, you're right. They just got drilled against Duke, too. It's probably a bounce back spot for George Mason. Because, like, if you look at the other game that they got drilled against a high major, right? George Mason lost to Marquette 82-63.
Yep.
They force-fed Stony Brook 94-56 the very next game. So, I think I like the Pats here.
It's time. It's tempting to fucking lock up George Mason, but I'm gonna stay away from it. They're gonna kill them. Check the picks page.
Yeah,
like you said, when they can come home off these bigger games, they drill teams. Stony Brook, Coppin, Penn ain't that much better than those teams.
Yeah. I could get talked into a lock here, too. UC Santa Barbara hits the road to Springfield to play Missouri State here. The Bears are -2.
I'm assuming you want to take the Bears?
I like the Bears.
I like the Bears, too. Good spot. Fade Santa Barbara on the road.
It would only be their third true home game of the season.
Yep.
They beat Tulsa outright in triple overtime in a hell of a game. Then they beat UT Arlington, who I think is pretty good this season. And Santa Barbara, I think, is like borderline broken, and it's under the radar. Like, they're not nearly as good as they've been in years past.
I agree with you. I would like – I want to lock up Missouri State.
Yeah, UCSB on the road. They had a really good performance the second game of the year against Portland. But outside of that, 5-point win against San Jose, 11-point loss at UC Davis, 2-point loss against Loyola Marymount. I think this line's pretty accurate. I don't – if you're locking it, I'll go in. But
like you said, they're coming off the D2 home game. They didn't play well in that game either. I think it's a nice bounce back spot here. They beat Arlington at home. They beat Tulsa at home as well, like you said. I think that they pull away and beat Barbara now. Let's go.
All right, double lock.
Double lock on the Bears. Missouri State. All right, let's go.
All right. You reside in Richmond, Virginia. We're going to take you to Richmond, Virginia. Give us the handicap on Bill and Mary and VCU as the Tribe are catching 19 points. You can get an 18.5 out there too. But what are your thoughts here in this game taking place in your backyard?
I am going to lock this. I am going to lock the Rams of VCU. I think Bill and Mary wants to play at a decent pace here. I think there's going to be a lot of possessions. You don't want to play fast at the Siegel Center. And I'll take the bounce back spot off of the pit loss. Give me VCU to make a statement here and drill Bill and Mary. I think the line's telling that it's 19. VCU by 25.
I'm going to lock this up too. The only thing that you didn't mention that I'll bring up here is William and Mary just beat Richmond.
Yeah, yep, on earlier in the week. So, yeah, go from playing the Snails to playing Havoc. Let's go.
Yeah.
Damn it. And they're not going to – I don't think they're going to go through the motions tomorrow coming off the loss.
Yep. Can I take you to another lock of mine?
Damn, you're locking everything. I love it.
This slate is intriguing.
It's calling your name.
So Oral Roberts is getting 20.5 points in Stillwater against Big Brother Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
The only issue I see here is Oklahoma State just struggled with Tarleton. But they've got Houston next in the Big 12 opener. And Oral Roberts, the little brother here, I think they cover. My dog's throwing up. Hold on.
I think he's crazy. I'm not betting fucking Bob Roberts at Oklahoma State. Sutton's son is a former coach of Oral Roberts. He's on the Oklahoma State staff. Dude, I kind of want to bet Oklahoma State. They look like shit the other day. The same logic as TCU. Couldn't make a shot the other night. Couldn't throw it in the ocean. Bounce back. Cowboys blowout over Bob Roberts, his former job. All right. Next up here. I don't know where he's at on the fucking slate though. Well, I gotta wait for him because we got Oregon State, Charleston at 3:00. We got McNeese, Louisiana. We got Brown, Kansas. We got Houston, North Texas. We got New Orleans, LSU. We got Prairie View, Rice. Yeah, but I'm gonna lay that one. So, all right, let's keep this thing going. I'm gonna just go without Bieniek. Bieniek, who knows where Bieniek's at? Got to feed the dog, do whatever he's got to do. So we will keep this train going. 3:00 Eastern. Let's knock out this one. Prairie View, Rice. Rice is laying how many? 14.5, still 15. I kind of want to lock up Rice. I'm going to lock up Rice off of the D2 loss. They look like shit against Alcorn State as well. I will lock up Rice here to get right back at home, or third straight home game against Prairie View, who's been well below average. Give me the Rice guys to get this done. Houston Christian going to North Texas. North Texas like 23. Give me the points with Houston Christian. Houston Christian's been chippy, but the only thing I do not like is that Houston Christian just played in College Station. On the other hand, North Texas did not play well the other night. Actually, I'm going to Benedict this. I'm going to lay with North Texas. I think they win by 25. Noah, are you good with the dogs? He's not good with the dogs. He's not good with the dogs. I'll keep going until he's back. New Orleans, LSU laying 27.5. Lay it. Lay it. Lay it. Bieniek, are you back? What's he doing over there?
Fucking my chair just sank as soon as I
in your chair. What's going on?
My chair. Did you not see me just fall?
I saw you go like this. I was like, "What the fuck's he doing over there?"
Well, I gotta get the lever. It's stuck sometimes.
I locked up Oklahoma State with the Sutton angle, and
with
then Eddie Sutton's son. He got fired from Oral Roberts. He's on staff at Oklahoma State. They played like shit the other night. I think they get up and they drill Bob Roberts. And then I laid it with North Texas, and I'm going to lay it with LSU. No bets on those games.
North Texas game against Houston Christian.
Yeah, I ended up laying it because of the quick turnaround for Houston Christian. But I saw the travel. No big conviction.
It's still a quick turnaround for North Texas. They played Friday.
Yeah, but they were at home. They don't have to travel.
Houston Christian's traveling from A&M to Denton.
That's a decent trip. It's a bus trip.
It's like
how far a bus ride is that?
Hour and a half.
From A&M to North Texas?
To Dallas?
You sure about
A&M's
that?
in the middle of Arlington and Houston.
Texas is a big state now.
Yeah. I know. It's not that bad. I'm taking the points of the Huskies.
3 hours.
Hour and a half.
Not as bad as I thought. It was like 5 or 6, so it's actually not as bad as I thought. But I'm still in North Texas. Just wear them down on the 2 games in 3 days.
I'm also on the points with New Orleans too. I don't think LSU is that good. All right. So Alcorn State and UAB.
I had that one circled next.
UAB's minus 21.5. What are you doing?
Lay lock. I think I should lock UAB. I think UAB's gonna. They drilled whoever the other night, the other bye game. I think that they're gonna make up for some of their early season doings, and yeah, I think they're gonna roll here. And I locked Rice, by the way. UAB and Rice, I'm locking.
UAB and Rice.
Rice is off the D2 loss, and they look like shit against Alcorn. They're playing Prairie View.
Yeah. Okay. I'm taking the points of Prairie View there. And I'm also taking the points of Alcorn.
Oh, yeah. You're going against my chalk favorites. What's going on here? You're the chalk guy.
Yeah. Swaction gets up in these little.
Swaction fucking thinking
Look
about
sleep around
presents. Swaction going to get fucking pounded tomorrow. They've been on the road since the fucking election. This is 50 days on the road for these Swack and Miak teams.
Yeah, I got to do quick research on this next one.
What game? I can talk you through it. It's all up here.
Damn, what year was it? What year did Kansas almost lose to a little school in Lawrence?
They do it every year. They always fuck around one game.
Isn't it during the holiday too?
Kinda. They haven't had it yet this year. If that's your angle,
it is. I'm trying to find. I thought it was around Christmas the one year.
I mean, they have the look ahead spots. I mean, they got to prepare for the national champions. Do you want me here?
I think I'm thinking of Eastern Illinois, which was after Thanksgiving.
Kansas, yeah, they won by 8.
They were losing that game in the second half for a minute there.
Yeah, and they fucked around also against Yale at home. It got blown open late. They won by 15, but that game was not a 15-point game. The other game the year before that they fucked around, it was like Southern Utah. They beat Southern Utah by 6 at the Fog. That was in November. Yeah. One year it was North Dakota State. There was another year. They always win, but they, of course, don't cover.
Technically had one of these already. They messed around with Oakland and then blew that open late. But,
it's usually a veteran coach, yeah.
I think Brown could compete here. 24.5 is a lot of points.
I mean, I hear you. You want to lock it?
No, I'm not betting.
They've been playing with their food. I don't know if I want to go against Fog tomorrow. Because then if you do go against the Fog in the wrong spot, you're just like, why did I fade the Fog and I'm down by 40 right now?
Oh, that's why I'm showing discipline. I'm just like, I wouldn't be surprised if Brown competes tomorrow is the exact term I want to say.
If the problem is Brown's on like a 7-game win streak. I don't think, and they're 7-3. I don't think Kansas is just sitting there going, Brown sucks. I don't think they're going to sneak up on them.
I think they will.
Like EIU in Southern Utah, those were sneak up spots where Kansas literally did not show up.
Yeah.
Brown, like they drilled Furman. Like they were ready for Furman. They were ready for Wilmington. I'll take the points though. Kansas wins by 22.
All right. Oregon State, Charleston. I think this is going to be a great matchup, a true matchup of styles. Charleston wants to fly. Oregon State wants to slow this thing down. Give me Charleston. I'm going to take the 6.5 points, or it's 5.5. 6.5 is this weird book on Tally site. 5.5. I'm going to take the 5.5 with Charleston. They've played the better competition up to this point. Oregon State, I think it was 326th in non-con strength of schedule so far. Charleston in the 150s. I'm interested to see what Oregon State can do in this matchup because I think this is one of the better teams they've played all season long. Give me the points. I think it's close.
Yep, I'll lock up Charleston. I think it's a one-possession game. Going to be a great game coming down the wire. To open up the Hawaii event. Mac's been good in these neutral site games so far. Yeah, give me Charleston.
Yeah, I think Charleston wins that.
Okay.
Wins that game.
All right, let's
I'm
play
gonna
the
lock
music. Double lock on Charleston.
Yep.
Go Cougs. Go.
This might be the most under the radar fire game of the day tomorrow.
Who are we speaking of?
Oh, what do you think is going to happen in Louisiana's first game with a new head coach on the bench?
Dude, I was thinking about that. I think they're going to get fucked up. I think McNeese drills them.
This rivalry last year was through the roof. Hell of a game last year. I think it was a 2-point game, if I remember correctly.
And they have a transfer, right? One of the Louisiana
Joe Charles.
Yeah.
McNeese is minus 10.5.
Yeah, I think the line's telling.
Ken Palm got this game at 10. What the hell happened with Louisiana? We still haven't heard anything, right?
Haven't heard anything. I am
so that post-game press conference is going to be interesting tomorrow.
Karma's a bitch. McNeese by 20. Lock.
I agree with you, too. If you look at McNeese, the last 4 games, 4-point loss to Liberty, 7-point loss to Santa Clara, 3-point loss to Mississippi State. All 3 quality games fell just short. I think they're ready to open one up here.
I know, yeah, they've lost 3 in a row. Yeah, they're going to open up a can of whoop ass here.
And 3 in a row to D1 teams. They played Latorno and blew the roof off of them. But lock.
Folks by 20.
Team TCE.
Let's go, Will Wade.
Sick 'em. What do we got next? Oh, we were talking about this game, ironically, pre-show. Georgia's minus 27 against Charleston Southern.
Lay it. I'm not betting this.
Why not? You sounded interesting in the pre-show.
They've covered every one. They may slip up one and win by 25. I don't want to be on the one that they don't. I've rode them in a couple of these, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay it with the dogs too. Holiday, I'll be hesitant. Cincinnati's minus 29.5 against Grambling. They don't cover this, right? After the Dayton win,
they fuck up teams in these bye games, though, man. Like the Big 12 and SEC, they drill these teams. I'll lay it. I'm not betting it though.
I'm taking the points. They start Big 12 play next week. Rider and NC State play tomorrow.
What is this number? Take the
It
points.
is 19.5 in favor of the Wolfpack.
But NC State is a pretty good buy team. Front runners. Give me Ryder, man. They've lost like 7 in a row. They could pop up and cover one, right?
I'm going to take NC State.
Okay.
Early season, they were rolling in these games. We have Southern and USC playing each other tomorrow. And USC is favored by 16.
USC has been covering. Is this too much?
Their last 3 games have been impressive. 24-point win against Washington, 26-point win against Montana State, 21-point win against Northridge.
I'll take Southern. I'll take the dog here.
I'm looking 2 years ago.
Lost by 13 the other night at Ole Miss. Lost by 17 at A&M, a game they led.
Yeah.
This is a lock.
I don't know.
Jags for me. USC ain't going to cover everything. I like the spot. They were awful on Friday night. Bounce back for Southern. They lose by 12.
I'm going to take the points, but no bet for me. Let me take you to another lock. Grand Canyon's going to blow the roof off against St. Louis.
This game is actually on campus too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Grand Canyon gets right here. We'll double lock this. I'll join you here.
Yeah, St. Louis is just injury filled.
Yeah.
I mean, they're missing Kellen Thames now. Kobe Johnson has not been what has been advertised. Larry Hughes is hurt. They have Avila back, but
he's not healthy.
Not sure if he's 100%.
Yep. Grand Canyon momentum headed into the break. Let's go.
Yes. Yep. They've
looked like shit. This is a game they unload too.
I think they win that one by double digits.
Yep.
With you on that. Yeah, I don't know if I said the line there, but they're minus 8.5. Next up is Wyoming and Fullerton. Where's this game? It's at Wyoming's at Fullerton.
What a random ass game.
Why is Wyoming hitting the road to Fullerton here?
Wyoming's been playing all these fucked up games.
I mean, Wyoming just put 92 on Bellarmine the other night.
Yeah, I feel like Fullerton's the right side.
They've had a week off.
Yeah, give me Fullerton. Fringe lock, text the picks page. That's all.
This line smells.
I mean, Fullerton's probably better. My boys.
I'm going to take Wyoming because the line's short. But
Wyoming's not the same team away from Laramie. That's for damn sure.
That reeks. You want to know another line that reeks?
Who you got?
Loyola Chicago laying 7 against Oakland. Shouldn't that be a little bit larger?
Probably, but I kind of want to bet Campy in this event.
Can't be in Valentine or Buddies, but I don't know if it's Buddies enough to only win the game by 6.
I don't think Loyola Chicago's that good.
Oh, I kind of disagree.
I mean, outside of the Princeton game, what have they done?
Well, I mean, their schedule hasn't been great, but
Campy's 3 straight losses out on the island. He's getting up. Give me Oakland.
I can't wait to see Campy on the island.
Oh yeah. Whoa.
I'm taking the Ramblers.
Are you locking it?
No. Pass. That was another one that smells.
Oakland money line.
Oh.
Campy get up spot, baby, out on the island.
Lemoyne plays Notre Dame tomorrow and are catching 20 points against the Fighting Irish. Notre Dame, first basketball game after the big celebration after they own the state.
Yeah.
in college football.
Give me the points with Lemoyne.
Notre Dame hasn't really blown these teams out this season. I'm with you. I'm going to take the points. North Alabama plays Loyola Marymount tomorrow. And LMU is -5.
North Alabama's not the same team when they hit the road, though, for the most part. I mean, they did win at ECU.
They did.
Marymount's found something.
They have.
I kind of want to bet Marymount headed into the break. I think they ride this momentum in there.
Yeah, Marymount's won 6 of their last 7. The only loss is to Colorado State and what was a thumping. But in that mix, a win against Belmont, Wyoming, and Nevada, and UC Santa Barbara. Those are 4 good wins. I'm with you on LMU.
Marymount.
Georgetown plays Seton Hall tomorrow. Mac, did you have a lock in this game?
Yep. I like I said, Georgetown's banged up. 9-2, playing really good basketball. However, Shaheen Holloway as a home dog is pretty damn good. Seton Hall will win the game outright. So give me Shaheen Holloway and that Pirate team, 3 straight losses. Let's go. Give me the Pirates. They're going to grind it out. Get some stops defensively. Tight game here.
I'm going to go Georgetown for the sole reason of I think Thomas Zorber is a matchup nightmare for Seton Hall. The biggest hole on this roster in the preseason when we were handicapping this team is I don't think Seton Hall has very good big men. And I think Sorber is going to have a hell of a day tomorrow. I think they win, and all you're asking them to do is win by more than 1.5 points. I'll take the Hoyas.
Shaheen Holloway, baby. Outright. Next up.
Another great game tomorrow. Utah State at St. Mary's. The Gales are -5.
Gales are -5. And this game is on the campus, too.
At Moraga. Utah State enters this game after a loss to UC San Diego.
Utah State outright.
St. Mary's didn't play well against Merrimack last game. Both of these teams probably want to make a little bit of a statement here.
Yep. I'm on Utah State. I think we get a war here, and I think Utah State wins.
Really?
I think they're gonna go into St. Mary's and get a win.
I'm on St. Mary's here.
Okay.
I think this is a matchup of styles. St. Mary's another team that wants to just muck it up. Utah State wants to fly. I think it benefits the home team. They'll have the crowd, a little bit of it, I think. Give me the Gales.
Want to battle?
Nah, pass.
Go Aggies.
All right. Third game of the Diamond Head Classic. Opening round. Nebraska and Murray State. Nebraska hasn't played in a week.
I like Murray. Take the points in Murray.
I'm going to take Nebraska. Murray has not played well against better competition this season, and I think it's a coaching mismatch. So, Hoiberg. Last game of the night at 11:30 p.m., Charlotte and Hawaii. Hawaii is -5 against the 49ers here, and this is the lock for me. Not only is this a standalone game, but it's also a body clock lock. 11:30 tip-off Eastern time for Charlotte. This game's going to be ending at like 1:30. I mean, dude, this is a very obvious play for me.
Yeah.
Rainbow Warriors fighting bows.
I'm with you. I'll lock up Hawaii. Oops. I like the spot. Let's go Rainbow. All right.
That concludes the slate. Mac, favorite plays of the day? Do you have yours ready?
I can make it ready. Hold on. Let's go through the list here. I like Towson early to snap their 6-game losing streak. I like Grand Canyon to roll by double digits against St. Louis headed into the break. And I like Shaheen Holloway as a home dog against Ed Cooley. I like taking Cooley as a dog, not as a favorite. Give me Seton Hall and Shaheen. Let's go.
All right. My favorite play tomorrow is Hawaii. Not only could it be a late night chase for some of y'all out there, but I think it's maybe one of the games you should go heaviest on. That's my favorite play. American plus 13.5 against Virginia tomorrow is my second favorite play. I think they could challenge to win that game. Virginia off a give it all you got game against Memphis. American just had a bad loss to St. Joe's. I think they get up for this Big Brother regional game. Number 3, VCU minus 18.5 off the New Mexico loss. And they catch Will and Mary after a big win against Richmond, who's staying in the city, to get drilled here by the Rams. So we align there on VCU.
Let's go.
There we go. That's the show. Follow Mac on Twitter at moneyline_Mac. Follow me at NoahB77_. You can follow the show at TCE on SGPN. You can follow Colby Dant at the Colby D. He's the typical host of the show. Tonight he was hosting the college football playoff recap show. If you're interested in hearing his perspective of the 4 blowouts, go over there and check it out with him and Patty C. You can follow Patty at Patty C831. We'll be back here tomorrow once again. We'll be back 23rd, 24th in some form or fashion to preview the day 2 and day 3 of the Diamond Head Classic games and the stragglers in between. Last year, I remember doing one show totally on my own, but that's the goal of TC. We pick every single game of the entire year against the spread on this show. So thank you all for tuning in. Over 500 you guys live across all platforms here at 3:30 a.m. on Saturday night. We appreciate it. Mac, you want to offer any closing thoughts here?
Yeah. Could be a lazy fucking subscribe. The race to 15K is on. You may not see me till Friday. Stay tuned. We'll see.
Mac heading out to Utah.
No, that's the next week.
Oh.
Going up to the DC area. See
Right.
family. So, yeah, you may not see me again till Friday. So, if I do not talk to you guys, Merry Christmas and see you on the post side of Christmas.
The 26th, 27th, and 28th, I will be at my family's cabin. Wi-Fi is pretty spotty up there. So plan is to still be here, at least on the back end doing the production, but at most maybe on the show. We'll see. But yeah, that's going to conclude today's episode for Sunday, December 22nd picks. You've been listening to the College Basketball Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we are... Where's my music? Out of here.
Looking forward to catching up to some sleep.
Yeah, for real. I slept through the slate today in some former fashion. I got to catch up on some of the games. I missed Auburn and Purdue, my beloved Futuronians. Isn't this outro music great?
Fantastic.
We usually just